Give me the beat. Give me my soul. I wanna get lost. Take your fucking room. Yeah, yeah. I wanna be myself. Hey, what's up, Justin? What you up to? What's up, Matt? How you doing, brother? You having a blessed day, man? Hope you guys are doing good, man. I just got off work. Had a good day at work, but I don't know. Some people are just too much. First live got over 185 subs. Wow, man, that's good, Matt. Congratulations. Just chilling, brother. I had a good day. Hey, that's awesome, man. Did you talk to your daughter? That's cool, Matt. Well, what do you do on your live? What do you talk about in your live, bro? What do you do? You will see. Uh, why don't you just tell me? You're trying to play peekaboo or something? Peekaboo, I see you. It's probably gaming. Everybody does the gaming. Oh, lordy, lord. Bro, I don't see any lives. I see shorts, but I don't see any lives at all. It's all shorts. Yeah, I went to your videos and it shows, don't show one live on there. It only shows shorts. I see you cooking stuff. I did not put. Oh, why didn't you put it, bro? What's the sense of going live if you're not gonna show your recordings? That's weird. Most people that do lives, they have the recordings for people that don't go on there or that might have missed the live. But I mean, I guess that's up to you. Oh, lordy, lord, what a day, what a day. And this, I don't know what's going on. Oh man, I can't stand people that are bipolar. Oh, I don't want to meet another bipolar person. Please, no more bipolar people, man. The bipolar thing, I can't deal with that. That's too much up and down for me. I don't know how anybody could deal with somebody with bipolar. You gotta have extra patience. Too much split personality, bipolar, all that stuff. It's just it takes a special person to be with somebody with bipolar. It's a good way to chase somebody away. For me, it is, because I mean, that's too much up and down. Has anybody here got bipolar? Or ever met somebody that was bipolar? Hey, Jessica, do you know how edit YouTube channels? Bet you can do a good cart. Hey, what's up, Jenny? I'm here to support. Here, let me get rid of this person. When you come in and you're already acting annoying, it's just not even playing around with that. Oh, look, no typey for you. Now you can't even type. You see? Shouldn't have been so annoying. When you annoy people, you just block your access, bro. Can you help me edit my YouTube video? Bro, you just met that girl. Why are you asking people on my channel to help you edit, bro, that you just literally met? Oh, wow. 15 inches of snow? Wow. That's a lot. That's crazy. That is crazy, Jenny. Wow. But, bro, she doesn't know you. Like, you just don't go to people on my channel and ask them to help you edit your videos, bro. You don't even know her. Like, I don't even know you good enough for you to be coming in here and asking her, a person you don't know off my channel, to help you edit something. Google how to edit. YouTube how to edit. Like, you're asking a random person you don't even know on my channel. I mean, if not, when you do your live, ask your viewers how to edit your videos. But you're coming on my live and asking somebody you don't know how to edit, bro. That's just, I mean, I try to be cool about it in the first place when I said, bro, you don't even know. Like, should have just said, okay, bro. Like, I don't know you, bro. What if you're a creeper and you're over here trying to, I don't know, bro. Like, you got to be careful. Yo, I made it back home. I was stuck on a road trip. Oh, were you, Snow? The man, Josh. What's up, Antonio? What's up, my brother? Hey, Zoe. Thank you, girl. Appreciate you. What's up, Jeremy? How's everybody doing today, man? I don't even edit my own videos. But if I was going to edit anything, or I wouldn't ask a random person to edit my videos either, because you just can't just trust anybody. Last person that said they would help me edit ended up to be lying, and they didn't even know how to edit anything. They didn't even know how to edit their own name. How was your Thanksgiving? It was amazing. I had a great, amazing Thanksgiving. I was blessed. I was 100% blessed and grateful to God the whole day. I was with church people and everything like that. I was hanging with church people and I played cornhole, and it was pretty amazing. Well, I mean, you just got to be careful, Jessica. Like, Jessica's a sweet person, don't get me wrong, but if you came in the channel and I knew you a little bit more, and I'm like, oh, okay, I could tell this guy's a good guy. I've hung out, I know he's been a part of this channel for a while, but man, you haven't been on my channel that much, so. Bro, don't you hate when people try to be sneaky as hell and start screen recording things and act like it's an accident? Like, oh yeah, I just accidentally screen recorded different times. Come on, who you playing? Who you playing, Miss Bipolar? Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh my God, it bothers you. It bothers me so much. What's going on, Zoe? Hello again. Love watching your streams. Hey, thank you, Makai. How do you say that thing is Makaya? Makai. I don't know how to say that right. The good Lord has been good to me. Let's go, Justin. I suck at cornhole. I'm actually pretty good. I mean, actually, I thought I would suck because everybody around me is so much better and they like play all the time. So I'm like, pff, they sounded very competitive. And so I stayed on YouTube and was like, well, even though it's because I didn't like, I don't know, I should have probably been there, but I kept getting calls on, and I wanted to deal with YouTube. Yeah, one of my friends when I was younger used to literally go tell my parents everything. You guys are so amazing. I suck at football, but I'm so good at basketball, and my nephew is the opposite. I'm really good in sports. I'm also competitive. Yeah, so I was saying, oh, they're really competitive. So I'm like, you know, I don't want to link up because I don't play like they do. So and then this guy, the guy that literally owns the cornhole and like plays cornhole all the time, says, hey, you want to play? Because the other people are already playing. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. I said, but I'm probably suck. And he goes, come on, bro. I'm like, dude, you're really good. So we played the first game and I literally almost won twice, but I kept going over in points, which brings you back down to 15. So I went back to 15 like two different times, and then he ended up winning. The second game I won, and we were down to I was down to the last sack. I had one on the board, right, which brought me over again. So I had to take my the sack and throw it and knock the other one off the board and make sure the one I throw doesn't stay on the board either. So it was a tricky shot, and I was like, and he threw his away. He's like, because it was his goal, and he's just threw it away because he didn't want to land on the board, which would have made me won. So I took my last one and I hit it off the board, and the other one went off the board too. So I ended up winning. I was like, what? I just beat him. And then, so at the end, we were supposed to be teammates, but it got too dark. Can I be a moderator, please? Zoe, I don't know your age, and if you're too young, I can't do that because people say rude things, say nasty things, and I don't want you reading that kind of stuff. I'm very protective on that. So I hope you don't get offended. You're 19. You're not 19. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Hang your nail on the rusty wire. Yeah. Man, this person's so sad. Like borderline. I'm sorry, but she is sad. I've never met anybody that sad. Oh Lord. Sorry guys, let me get my attention off this crazy person, man. She, oh my jeez, I've never met anybody so off their rocker in my life. Like I love when people show their true colors because at the end of it, it always shows me I dodged a bullet. I'm just dealing with this crazy person. I think they're bipolar or something. Like I've never met somebody like off the rocker like that. Like 1 minute they're one person, and then the next minute they become like a demon and stuff. It's like really weird, like how quick people show their colors, and then later on the next day they'll pretend like it never even happened. They'll be like, "Oh, how you doing today?" You'll be like, are you okay there? Are you like, I don't know, maybe it could be drugs. I don't know. Like some people, they're on a lot of drugs and they don't know how to handle themselves correctly. No, I'm not talking about you, Zoe. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about somebody else that literally always ends up showing their true colors. Like they could be fake for so long and then their true colors comes popping out. Yeah, I'm not definitely not talking about you. You're a cool person. Zoe, would you like to be friends after we get to know each other? You have a very beautiful name. Yeah, I like Zoe's name. Zoe, you said you were 19. Zoe, just stay around in the channel a little bit more, and then I'll see about maybe modding you soon, okay? But yes, of course. Oh, God. Hold on, let me. This guy just earned a timeout. There you go. Enjoy. No talkie talkie for you today. You sit in your hands for 5 minutes, think about your actions, and then maybe after 5 minutes, I'll read your dumb comment again, and then if you say another dumb comment again, you'll go on another 5, 10 minutes. No talkie talkie. I completely understand if you don't want. It's not that I don't want you to be mod, Zoe. I'm very conscious of who I mod, and I'm so glad I unmodded this other person. I'm so glad I'm out of her. Oh my God. That was a blessing from God. Like, oh my God. She would never get mod again. I would never mod her again. 100% would not mod her. You guys are talking to me. I was out and at my house and I didn't remember I came here. This is crazy. I needed to go home. What? A guy was talking to me and I was out and now I'm at his house. I didn't remember I came here. What? I think people are on one today. Don't hate me for saying this, but you look like Tristan Tate. I've heard that before. I don't even know who he is. Hey, Josh. Hope you had a blessed day. Yeah, I had a great day. Hey, Deborah. How you doing? Yeah, I had a blessed day, man. God is good all the time. God is good, man. Man, God is amazing. He really is. And one thing that I love about when you walk with God more and you're like keep God first in everything you do is that he gives you discernment. Like he truly gives you discernment. He really shows you who is of God and who truly has your back and who does not have your back at all. You get what I'm saying? Like people could be fake for so long, but you can't stay fake. No. Oh wait, no. Does that sound right? Yeah. No, that doesn't sound right. You could be fake so long. No, you could fake it for so long, but you end up showing your true colors. I just stumbled to this live and I'm super happy to hear you talking about God. God bless. Man, I glorify God all the time. I agree with your statement. That's very true. Thank you, Mike. It's very true. Be careful of who you trust and who you let in your circle. It is so very important. I didn't realize how important it was until I started truly walking with God. And then I started seeing people's true colors. You could be fake and you could act, or you could act like you're real. You could act like you care, but your true colors always comes out. And when they come out, I laugh. The reason I laugh is because now I know who you are. You could like, and either you're bipolar and you had split personality disorder, then it all makes sense. I have a very small circle too. Yeah, my circle is very small, and that's the way I want to keep it. I want to keep a nice small circle. I'd rather it just be me and God, and then and everything else will work itself out. God brings the people a narcissist. Yeah, that's what it is. People are narcissistic, 100%, and then they act like they're of God. Okay, if you're of God, then how is it you could be so fake so quick? Oh, thank you, Zoe. And I don't get it. I just don't get it. You know? They're very toxic. Yeah. Yeah. And then I've closed the door so many times. I've closed the door so many times on this person, and they always find a way to creep back in. And then you trust them again, and it only takes a little bit of time before you see their true colors. And then when they're trying to make you jealous and try to get you jealous the whole time, and you're not even jealous at the end, you just don't want to hear it. I don't care to hear it, but I don't care what you're doing. Like, you could do whatever you want. You could date whoever you want. You could go out and go dig as much as you want. You want to go out there and pimp yourself out? That's your call. That ain't on me. What is that going to do to me? Oh my God, you're over here. Good for you. Go have fun. Why are you even telling me? Like, when I go do my thing, I ain't gonna message you and tell you what I'm doing. If I go on a date, you think I'm gonna message you and tell you I'm going on a date? Like, they're trying to get a rise off you, and then when the rise don't work, they still keep trying. And it's like, you're not gonna get a rise out of me. Like, it ain't gonna work like that. That's how people work, man. They're just really facetious, is what it is. And then it just shows their true color at the end. It just shows your true color. At the end of it, why would I want somebody like that? Anyways, so listen, let's just say I like that person. And I don't. But let's just say I did. If I like that person and then you find out all these things that they do, that just tells you that person was never worth you ever pursuing in the first place. If you could act like that and have no conscience and think it's cute, then go right ahead. Who you flattering? And it's funny, you try so hard to make your body look so perfect. But what's going to happen when you get older? You're getting older. Your looks ain't going to be on you very long. People don't understand. They thrive on their looks and their body, right? Oh, I'm going to go to the gym 3, 4, 5 times a day. I'm going to make my body all nice. I'm going to go get all this cosmetic stuff done. Girl, you're going to get old, and what are you going to do then? Then what's going to happen when your looks and your body is gone? You're only left with your personality. You're only left with what you have in here. So if you don't have a good heart and you're not good hearted, and who are you talking to, Zoe? Oh, who had you smile? Deborah? What did he say? Oh yeah, you could get rid of him. He's been. I've only kept him around this long because he never said stuff like that. No, I read it. Good job, Deborah. Good call. What's up, boss? Katie, how you doing, sweetie? What? Jessica, what happened? What did I miss? Did I miss something? What's up, brother? Hello, everyone. I hope all is well and everyone is enjoying their night. Yeah, man. God bless everyone, man. I don't know what's going on right now. Where's Amy? Oh, she comes and goes. I don't know. She comes. She usually comes, but she doesn't stay long sometimes. I don't know why, but she came and she would have my back and then not even show up. Oh, thank God. Oh my God, what a blessing. What a blessing. She deleted herself. Thank God. I don't have to deal with that freaking bipolar person anymore. Oh, what a blessing. Hey man, where's your girlfriend and wife? No, that's not my girlfriend or my wife. That's my friend. It's not my girlfriend nor my wife. That's just my friend. You're talking about my sister in Christ. My ex made us lose our two kids. Oh wow. Are you married? Who, me? No, I'm not married. You don't know what he's talking about. He's just coming in talking like he knows what he's talking about. If that was my wife or my girlfriend, wouldn't she be next to me? She would be next to me. She wouldn't be split screening with me. She would be right next to me. The power duel. Yeah, I mean, that's my spiritual, me and her have a spiritual connection. Oh, let me go switch drinks. Oh, I'm so glad that person. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Jesus, for getting rid of that person. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, but I just can't deal with people that with split personality disorder, man. Like, I just can't deal with that right now, bro. That's not of God at all, man. What she's doing, how she was acting, and I know for a fact, with a fact, that Nidia hid Colleen from the channel. I know for a fact it was her. For a fact. You know how I know? And she tried to make it look like the one was lying and making up stuff. Let me tell you how I know. She was so adamant to say, ask Colleen if when she got blocked. She was so adamant to ask her. It's like she knew when she got blocked and it wasn't yesterday, and it was today. She was so adamant that she knew it. That's why she said, just ask, just ask, just ask her. Just ask her. Please, for me, ask her. And I'm like, no, I don't need to ask her. So I already know the answer. I just didn't care, and I was knew I was taking mod away from her. And then she was trying to get me to mod her again. She's like, "Oh, why did you take mod away from me? Why did you take mod away from me?" Because I can't trust you at all. That's why I took mod away from you, and you would never get it back. I said, why do you even want to be mod anyways? You're not even on the channel. You're not supportive of the channel. You've never said anything on the channel to anybody besides try to talk crap about people or try to say, oh, what's going on in it? Like she just bullies people. And I'm like, you're not gonna come here and act no bullied. She's not even spiritual. I don't even think she even went to church because it was time she was like, yeah, I'm going to church tomorrow. But she was out of town. So I was like, you didn't go to no church. And then I even told her, I said, well, since you're going to church, take a picture of your church when you're in church. I would love to see a picture with you in church. Oh, I would never showed one picture of her in church. I'm like, you can't fool me, girl. That's why I said, oh, what the heck is this? Winter Spice Cranberry? Wow, that was not that great. Gone, man. It seems like two drinks I got, and they're terrible. Certain women, no, trust me, that girl's been single for a very long time, and when she goes date people, it never lasts. Never lasts. Like she could go date 100 people, and I know 100 people are gonna be depressed. I don't mean to be mean. You could just tell when somebody is like, if you're a narcissist and you don't really know how to care for somebody, and not only that, I hate to say this, but she's a gold digger. She was like, "Oh, are you gonna pay for my plane ticket?" I'm like, "What? Like, we're friends. Why would I pay for your plane ticket if we're friends?" And then, what? She was like, "Oh, well, if you get your own place and get a vehicle, I'm like, we're just friends. Why would I want to do all that to hang out with you? Like, what's so special about you that I would have to buy your ticket and have all these nice things just to hang out? No, you're only my friend anyways. I'm not interested in you in that way. I'm not. I'm just like you're a cool person though. Like, I thought you were a cool person, but and then your true colors always comes out. They always come out. And I've said this, and I talked to like probably 3 other people. I even told Sammy about it. I said, Sammy, listen to this. I was like, me and her stopped being friends so many times, and it only takes very little to see her true colors. And when it comes out, it is explosive. Like one time I told her about literally just eardrops in her ear, and it turned out to be a huge fight. And I was like, over me telling her to put olive oil in her ears if she had an ear infection. I'm like, I've never met anybody that you try to help and then they turn around that nasty over it. Like, so after that, I was like, once that tour, like, I'm forgiven and I'll forgive people, but I don't forget things, man. I don't want to date somebody like that would act like that anyways. I'm safer alone. I'd rather be alone than with somebody like that. So I tried to be your friend, and that didn't work. So at the end of it, goodbye. Have a blessed one. I'll pray for you. I think I know who you're talking about. Nidia? Yeah, she's the one that came in here and also, for some reason, hid Colleen and then totally lied about it. The one that said he saw her name, but it wasn't yesterday. I don't know why he said yesterday, but I know it wasn't somebody else. It couldn't have been somebody else. And then how adamant she was about when she got blocked. Like, why would you be so adamant to say, hey, you got blocked on this day? Like, oh, ask what day she got blocked. Adamant about it. It's like she knew when she got blocked and knew it wasn't yesterday. How do you know that? Like, isn't that suspicious? You know? Zoe, did you see your mod, right? Did you even say thank you? No. I didn't even get. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. Would anyone like to be my friend? Jessica, everybody here is your friend. Yes, I think she was looking for a boyfriend. No, she was looking to play with somebody's head. Like, she would screenshot and screen record things. And this is how I know she's a liar. Because I didn't talk to her for a while, Deborah. I didn't talk to her because of that fallout. I was okay with not talking to her again. JV comes on my thing, which was a mutual friend of me and hers. She comes back on the live. JV comes on the live, and then the next day I get a Snapchat by her, right? So I'm like, okay. And then you know what she says? Oh, that was an accident. I was trying to press X, but sent you a request. So I read that. I'm like, then goodbye. And then next you know, she goes, well, how you doing anyways? Come on. And then when she did that, she started screen recording and screenshotting what we were talking about. And then she goes, oh, that was an accident. Oh, that was an accident. No, it was never an accident. Like, who are you fooling? Like, how can you lie so blatantly and think that I'm going to believe those lies? So she does the same thing again because I literally said, girl, I said, I laughed really hard at her comment. And then I said, girl, are you bipolar or something? Like, this, I think you're bipolar. Like, there's something not right with you. And she screen records it. Like, oh, was that an accident too? Oh no, that one was on purpose. Oh yeah, that's definitely gold digger. Oh, I'm telling you, I can see it all in that girl. Straight gold digger. Straight gold digger, bro. I mean, I sense it when she was telling me, "Oh, this guy's taking me shopping and I'm buying whatever I want with his credit card. I'm going to buy all this stuff for me and my kids." And I'm thinking, I wouldn't brag about that. I personally would not brag about that. Like, that just makes you look bad. You might as well just say, hey, I'm dating this guy and keep that to yourself because you just look like a gold digger. And I don't want no gold digger. Like, hell no. Nah. Even, I mean, I don't have a lot to give, but even if I had a lot to give, I wouldn't want a girl that will turn around and go dig. Like, no, from to get my attention, you got to be like different. If you're not different in a good way, like spiritually with God, and have a heart of steel, then I am not interested. Like, I am not interested. I'd rather be alone and find the right girl. And I've said this for a long time. I said I want to find the right girl. I want to find the girl that God wants for me, not the girl that I pick, because I never pick them right. I've picked them so wrong over and over and over. You're so funny, bro. Hold on, let me show you how funny you are. Come on, man. Shut up. Like, you poor thing. Hold on. I'm gonna report this person really quick. No. Hey guys, do me a favor. If you mods, if you see these people saying disgusting things, please report them. So if they make bully comments and say some disgusting things, just let me know, and because I'm reporting it, and if y'all report them too, then they're gonna learn to stop trying to be bullies with people, and then they end up with no channel. I'm doing that right now. Hold on, Zoe. Give me 1 second, sweetie. Hold on. I'm right now. I'm reporting these users. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, I got it. Man, how many times do I gotta scroll up? You as well, Jessica. How far do I, let me sub back to you, girl? You only said let me. Thank you, Jessica. Josh, are you kidding me? Why'd you say you're just being real? Oh yeah. Hey, at the end of it, I asked God to give me discernment, and He's giving it to me. So I'm happy that He gave. I didn't see anything, Zoe. Just put it back up on the screen, whatever you said, because I've been scrolling and I'm dealing with a couple trolls right now, and I just need you guys. If you see somebody come over here saying bullying stuff and saying nasty comments, just report them. Both get broken. Okay, both cars broken, but blessed to be able to fix them. Amen. You talking? No, I'm not. Oh, okay. No, that's cool. No problem, Zoe. Matthew 2, what? Matthew 2:18. And Jesus came and said to them, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Amen. Hey, Amy. People were just asking about you. We're going. How you doing? What's up, Lamp? How you doing, my brother? God bless you, man. God bless everyone. Jesus loves you. He wants to save you. Amen. Jesus is amazing, man. Jesus is amazing. Thank you, Miss Zoe. Yeah, man. I mean, these trolls will come in, but then in a few minutes, like after they get mass reported, they won't even. They're gonna get up in the morning with no YouTube, and they're not going to be able to comment on nobody's YouTube, and then it won't even have a YouTube channel, and it's going to be on them. And if everybody starts reporting these people like that, then they will stop bullying other people and treating people with, disgusting, bro. Because at the end of it, it's wrong, bro. Why you coming to a Christian channel that's only wanting to glorify God and be nasty to them? Like, that makes no sense, bro. How people could come in here and act that way. You're only trying to spread love, joy, and talk about God, and then they come in here and act all crazy. Like, bro, you're not gonna hurt my feelings, bro. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. You don't think people know my name and could look me up? You could look me up anytime you want. I'm not hard to find. You know? Hey, thank you, Jam. Oh, I know. I even noticed trolls use their pictures, and no, it's not even their pictures. The trolls that do that are a lot of them are fake pictures. I know a troll that did the same thing. and he was really desperate for attention, and he stole a whole bunch of people's photos and made accounts, making it look like it's a legit person, and it's not legit at all. You could go to their channel activity and see when the account was made, and the accounts were be made like minutes ago. That's how you know when you're being trolled. And they will have pictures of people and do that, but at the end of it, when you report them, their whole IP address goes with them. I wear tie. No evil shall come upon me. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. Ghost, Holy Ghost, let's go. Wait, they make new about on different devices. Yeah, it's not. I don't know how they do it. Like how many devices they use, but I know what they do because I have a stalker troll that did the same thing, and he tries to get attention, and it doesn't work because I don't no more. I just block them and report them, and then after that it stops because, like I said, they're going to end up losing their channel, and at that end it's on them. Like this one right here. It's Thanksgiving break, so all these jitterbugs don't have no life right now, and so they just want to stalk people. Have I not? This is one of my favorite verses. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened, and do not be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Amen. Yeah, reported. That's what I'm saying. So my mom, if you guys want to do me, that would help out because these people, I feel, need to be learned a lesson. If they keep getting reported, then you could save somebody else from being victimized. You got to understand that I got thick skin. But what if they go to a YouTuber that is young and having, or older, even older, and they're having issues in life and they're depressed, and these people go in there and attack them and say nasty things to them and keep, and it leads to them doing something to themselves, like, and then everybody is just ignoring and letting them do these things. No, it can lead to somebody getting hurt. You get what I'm saying? So if we report those people, then we could be potentially saving somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why somebody wants to be hurtful and say disgusting things and think that it's okay. No, if all my mods in here reports what they're saying, then they're not going to be able to do that no more. You get what I'm saying? They're going to get in trouble for it. It's going to show up that they've been reported by so many people for the nasty comments they say, It's just so sad, man. I would be sure to report and shame that it happens like this to the young children taking this. Exactly. Parents teaching them. For one thing is I don't know. I don't get it. I don't see why people want to be hurtful to people that didn't do anything to them. You know what I'm saying? I've never did anything to them. What you coming in here running your mouth saying disgusting things and think it's okay. What's up, noob? I have a book on two-way prayer. Seems really good so far. Do you, DB Coops? Let's share some stuff, man. Did you miss me again? Yeah, man. I always miss you. I miss all my people. Persian. What a weirdo. Are you Persian? Are you Persian? Jesus. What a dumb thing to ask. What a dumb thing to. That's the most, that is so dumb. It's my father, Bill. Why hurt someone when you're supposed to uplift the church? Bro, yeah, that's what I'm saying. All I do is want to talk about God, glorify God, and literally warn people from a narcissistic people. You can tell who's in the light and who is in darkness. You can tell who is not of God and who is of God. You could tell by your fruits. You could tell by your actions who you really are. And from the time being, I've always known this person to do fake things, act fake, act like they truly care about you and have your back as a friend, and then turn cold in 3 seconds. I would like to. No, I'm Puerto Rican. Are you? Are you Amish? Have you met an Amish person? Do me a favor. Google Amish. Go Google Amish. It's Puerto, noob. Puerto, Puerto Rican. Rican. And you know, you look gone. That's what you look like. Oh my God. This person doesn't even know what Amish is. Oh my God. These jitterbugs. Oh my God. It's like they don't. Yeah, there you go. Puerto. You got it mixed up. You got put the U and then the ERTO. I was waiting for you to finish playing. Puerto, yeah, and no, and Rican is Rican. Puerto Rican. So the Rican. A conscience center without ego, listening for God's voice. Amen. Amen. Yeah, there's a lot of jitterbugs out there today, man. What's up, Caden? God is good all the time. How you doing, my brother? Thank you, Zoe. Zoe's really nice, man. Zoe's really nice person. She's got a good heart, and she just wants to spread God's word and help people out and be nice to people. And you should definitely be friends with Jessica. Jessica is a good person to be friends with. And I hope you guys do become friends. How are you? I'm good, my brother. How you doing, Caden? God bless every one of you guys, man. On a real, I'm praying for every one of you guys. Well, I don't know, man. A lot of parents these days aren't taking care of their kids at all, to be honest. What domination? I'm non-domination. You ever heard of that? It's basically no domination. We just worship the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And we do communion once a week. It's non-dominational. Wow, Deb, that's beautiful. I love Deborah. Yes, I have. Yeah, that's what we are over there. They don't sell in our church. They don't. They do. We just glorify God and do what we glorify God and and stuff like that. Well, here's another one, guys, that my mods could report. Man, these trolls are on fire today. Poor thing, man. These kids, man. Like, I don't think people hug their kids anymore. Because you know that a lot of times when they act like that, they're self-projecting. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more self-projection. It's really sad. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate it. And it's really gonna help other people out too. You know? You don't get hugged anymore? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Thank you, Zoe. Zoe, would you like to be friends? I thought she said yes already. She said that y'all were going to be friends. We're just trying to glorify God and put God above all things and make sure that we honor God in everything we do. At the end, God gives us discernment. God shows us people's true fruits. When you go to God, you start to see people's like who, if they're of God or not of God. Like I said, I was saying this earlier. Like you could tell who honestly cares about God, because there's people that uses God and they don't even worship the same God that we're talking about. They'll use the word God, but they would never use the word Jesus and say Jesus or anything. They don't want to say the name of Jesus, because and then now they would have to admit who their God really is. So you got to watch out when people talk in NFL players and rappers. They say, "Oh, I glorify God," but you don't know what God they're talking about. They're using it as a universal name. Like it's not the God of Jacob, the God of Abraham. It's not Jesus. It's literally another God. What's up, Adam? How you doing, my brother? You okay, man? Man, you could tell that school's out because these trolls, bro, like those. I mean, they're gonna learn. They're gonna come to this channel and they're gonna learn today. They're gonna learn today. That's why I have so many mods. You come say something stupid and disrespectful and think you're gonna come in here and bully me. Oh hell heck no. Meet the soldiers of Christ. We will report you, and then you're gonna learn to stop bullying other people. Like I said earlier, that you come in here trying to think you're gonna bully me? Are you kidding me, bro? You're just gonna run into the wall every time. And then when you get up in the morning and you check your YouTube and you don't have one, just thank me in the morning. Remember Skyhigh79. Remember that. Because at the end of it, man, they need to stop being bullies and stop trying to hurt people, man. Why would you want to even try to mess with people for? Half the chances is if they seen you in the street, they would never say these things that they put on a keyboard. They say it because they think they're brave, because they could hide behind a keyboard. But little do they know, you're gonna get reported for it. And then when you get reported and your thing's locked up, you're gonna have to jump on mommy's phone. And then when mommy's phone gets locked up, you're gonna have to explain to mommy why her stuff ain't working no more. Hey brother, the wife said hello and let me know, Josh. Let what? Hey, tell her I said hi. What do you mean let me know? I just want to look out for other people and other YouTubers that come on there and should not feel harassed. Let me know. Let them know. Oh, let them know. Yeah. At the end of it, man, it's just like it's just like it's sad. Like you could have been part of the channel and glorify God. Instead, you want to come in here and talk crazy. Like I don't get it, bro. Sorry, autocorrect. No, you're good. I was just wondering when you said let me know. I was like, I gotta call Sammy. I was supposed to call her before I started a live, but and then I got her message right before I went on live. So in a little bit, I'm gonna call her and check on her, make sure she's good. No respect these days, bro. You're not lying, bro. No respect at all. No respect at all. And it's crazy the things that they want to say and they think it's funny. Like, you know, what is the name of the woman you saw? Her name is Sammy. She's tired. She had a long day, and we talk every night till late. Right, every time we do a live, we end up on the phone talking to each other, and talking about how the live went, and you know talking about what we could either do different or talk about what people were talking about, you know. I spell like my daughter, Samantha. Hers is Sammi. No, trying to be disrespectful. Is she my girlfriend? No, she's not my girlfriend. Like we've been talking like as friends and stuff like that. I mean, I mean, I like her, and you know what I'm saying. I like her, but you know, it's too young right now. We glorify God together, and we're spiritually connected, and I care about her a lot, you know, but you know, there's no title or anything. We just let God handle it. If there's anything ever gonna happen between me and Sammy, it's gonna be if it's God's will. If it's God's will, then you never know. You know, you just never know. But I mean, do I think she's amazing? Absolutely. Do I think she's pretty? Absolutely. You know, but I'm not gonna speed rush into something. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I don't know. I just maybe in time. I don't know. Like it's just too early, and I'm not trying to rush anything on anybody. So at the end of it, you know, we have a strong connection together, and I think it's an amazing connection, you know, but at the end of it, you know, like I can't speak for her either. I can just say how I feel. I can't speak for her. I mean, we both get along very good. We talk to each other till late, and we both glorify God. We pray for each other, and she's an amazing chick. She really is an amazing chick. I haven't seen any red flags yet in her. So I guess I mean that's a beautiful thing. I just not gonna say she's my girl if we're not together. You know what I'm saying? And I can't, you know, I'm not gonna say that it would never happen because I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, do I feel spirit? And I totally feel a spiritual connection with her, but I also respect her space and I respect her time and I respect, you know, I respect her. She's a beautiful young lady. Yes, she is. Amy, can you pray for my boyfriend? Aw, Jessica wants you to pray for her boyfriend. In God's hands in time. That's what I said. But a lot of people, when we're together on live, they're like, you know, are you guys together? Is that your girlfriend? You know? Oh, there goes another one we could report. Enjoy this, buddy. You earned it. You're not coming around here bullying people. You want to bully people, you ain't gonna have a channel in the morning. You should probably keep your mouth shut. You ain't got nothing nice to say. Just move on. Yeah, he's so dumb. I mean, people are coming here saying some dumb stuff. Anywho, what's up, anywho? I'm not accepting no friend request from you. Hey, can you believe she tried to send me a friend request? Like, uh-uh. Nuh-uh. That ain't happening. No, no. No. You just showed your true colors. No. I was happy that you deleted me because I didn't have to delete you. So, good riddance. I'm done with that. I don't even want to be friends. You know, I'm talking about this other person. I don't even want to be friends. Screw that. I tried, and every time I tried, I regretted it. Not happening again. People are cuckoo. Oh, you're not lying. You're not lying. I've been. The thing about it is. Hey, oh man, happy poop again. Look, noob, it wasn't you this time with the happy poop. Unknown bread pooped on my screen. It's the people's ages 8 to 14. I think it's funny. Hey, you're not lying. Oh, what is that? Noodles? Nudies? It's nudies? You, I think I'd rather call you noob than nudies. I'm calling you noob. I'm not calling you nudies. Hey, thank you, unknown. Don't spam my chat. No, I know. I'm just playing with him. I know what it is. Wait a minute. He didn't spell it right, though. Oh, no, he did. I was only playing with him anyways. Okay, nudies? He says, noodles. It's noodles. He goes, it's noodles. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I needed a laugh. That was good. It's not nudies. Oh, Lord have mercy. I yelled. No, you're good. You're good. And you definitely yelled. That's why I had to explain. I'm like, thank you, Deborah. Took away my fun from the nudies. Noodles, I yelled in caps. Hey, bro. And says, what's up, Sarah? How you doing, sweetie? I still don't understand what happened to your you were a group member and then now you just not group no more. I'm from Boston. I don't blame me. I wasn't mad. I was laughing. You're good. You're good. Sorry guys. See if Sammy's asleep. She said she's not going to sleep to 12, but we'll see. What's up, nudies? I mean noodles. Hey. Nothing. Why did you think something was going on? Chicken butt. Oh, I'm sorry. I read, I played around to call him nudies, and then he's like, it's noodles. I'm like, nudies. It's nudies. And then Deborah yelled out noodles really loud. I'm like, I know. I'm just playing with the dude. Yeah, but I mean, I could pause it if you want. Well, what's going on? What do you mean emotionally? I thought you were in a good place emotionally. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel you, but you got to rebuke it. In Jesus' name, I rebuke these feelings, and, and it'll be gone. Like, give it to God, ask Him to fill you with joy, love, and happiness. Yeah, but then oh, so you were just a little down? Is that why you were like, I'm gonna go to sleep tonight. I probably won't accept your invitation today. So Deborah says she'll pray for you, Sammy, and she said that I don't know. She said, I don't know what she said earlier. You guys are so cute. I love it. I'll be back later. And then everybody keeps saying, "Where's Sammy? Is she your girlfriend? Is that your girlfriend? Da 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 da. Or is that your wife?" And I'm like, bro, if she was my girlfriend, she'd be sitting right next to me. Like, that's kind of a weird, dumb question in a way, you know? Like, I mean, not really, I guess. Not really, but it was just like, I don't know. So I was like, no, she's not my girlfriend. Like, I got a spiritual connection with her, though, and she's beautiful and a cool person, but, you know, we're not dating. We're just not talking and stuff like that. So it's just so awkward when I have to say that like 4 or 5 times, and it makes it sound bad because it makes it, you know, because it's not the way it is. But I mean, I kind of have to say it because it's the truth. Like, so, but at the end, it's like, I guess I don't know. I guess they just like our connection, and they're just saying our connection is good, and that, you know, they could see the connection, I guess. I said the same thing. I said the same thing. Are you watching the live? Okay, because that's exactly what I said. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I told him. I said it's in God's hands and everything like that. And if it's meant to be, it'll be. That's pretty much the way it is right now. But it's just like I'm getting the question a lot, so it's kind of annoying. Yeah, it's because then it makes it sound like I don't care about you, and it makes it sound like I'm like that, and then I don't want it to make it sound like that either. But I mean, yeah, I mean, at the end of it, it is what it is. So, like I said, that, you know, we have a spiritual connection. We talk a lot. We talk about a lot of different things. But right now, there's not a title or anything on it. It's just that's what I should have probably said. That sounds a lot better, you know. Because at the end of it, there really is just not no title. It's not like I don't have a connection with you or nothing. It's not that, but it sounds like really bad when they ask, and I'm like, no, no, we're just friends. It just sounds like, you know, it just sounds like I'm like a hard no, rather than, you know, that we're just talking and not rushing things and letting things ride kind of situation. But it's like, I don't know. At the end of it, I guess they just like you too. And on there too, they see the chemistry, they see the connections and stuff like that. So it's not a bad thing, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just kind of a repetitive thing, I guess, since I've been on right now. It's just like almost everybody asked. Well, not everybody, but like, you know, a few people asked. Yeah, Ricky's on and Adam's on and Deborah's on, but she said she was leaving. Sarah's on. I only love myself. Wow. Unknown. That's not. What do you mean you only love yourself? You're supposed to love God. Who timed Deborah? Don't time him out for saying he only loves himself. That's. I mean, he should be loving God, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with that unless he said something else that I missed. If he said he only loves himself, it's not. Then, but I don't know. I might have missed something he said. I do, Clary. Uh huh. Oh. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's really good. I tell you, there's power in prayer. There's definitely power in prayer. I think calling someone Unc is, yeah, it's definitely disrespectful. They call me Unc. You could time them. You don't give them a long timeout, but give them a timeout. You don't call me Unc. I'm not your uncle, and I don't want to be your uncle. You're either a brother or a sister in Christ, but you call me uncle. Goodbye. Enjoy your no talkie timeout, because it is disrespectful. It's not. It's not. It really means like something else, and you're not gonna come in and say dumb things like that, man. The trolls has been on fire today. Like you could tell that it's Thanksgiving break and all these jitterbugs are like with no life and just want to like harass people. Like today, it's borderline sad, but they're getting reported. Like all the mods are reporting them. So and I told them that's gonna save somebody else, because if they could come in here and do that to a Christian channel that's only trying to spread love, joy, and try to get people closer to God. Imagine what they'll do to other YouTubers out there, and maybe some of them could be depressed. Some of them could be going through some hard stuff, and then everybody ignores it and doesn't do anything about it. But if they kept getting reported for their words like that, then they wouldn't have a channel to go out there and harass people like that. They would be restricted from getting on YouTube, and they would be flagged, as being a bully. And I know that because my friend Jay, or I'm not gonna say his name, and he turned around and got in trouble and had a 7-day ban because he was bullying somebody. And at first I said, you weren't bullying. He goes, no, I really was. And so I was like, oh, so you deserve that 7-day ban, huh? He's like, yeah. So I was like, all right. Yeah, so like at the end of it, if they keep bullying people and doing that, and you don't do anything about it, like poor Amy dealt with the same thing. She was like, I don't even want to get on live no more. And I'm like, why? She goes, people are just being so nasty and so mean, and it's not cool. Like they're being nasty and mean and saying things that she don't even want to go. She didn't even want to go back on live. And I said, listen, don't feed into that energy. Like, just block them, report them, and just let it go. Because at the end of, and that's hard, because at the end it still hurts them, and you got to have tough skin to do YouTube, because I mean, I don't even know why they get any satisfaction in being disrespectful. Like, I wasn't raised like that. These days, these jitterbugs I don't know if they're raised by dogs or sheep or something like that, but it's like nobody's teaching them what's right and what's wrong. Like, that's like, I've never did that when I was young, gone on there and talk disrespectful to people, especially elders. Like, you don't do that. Like, we were always taught, I was taught with respect, and these people are doing that, and if they do it to the wrong person, somebody could hurt themselves. Like, what part of that brings you joy, knowing that somebody could actually hurt themselves because you're being nasty to them? So I was like, listen, if they do that, I'm not feeding off of it, but report them. Like, if you report them, they report them, and 4 or 5 mods reports them, then they're getting 5 reportings in one day. And if they go do it on another channel and they get reported in other channels, then they're gonna end up, taking the little, I guess what you call restrictions, and then they'll learn to stop doing it. Like, but if everybody just allows them to get away with it and just does nothing about it, then what do you think happens? Like, they just keep going and going and going and going, and then one day this. Yeah, yeah, of course, because they're not brazen enough to ever say that to somebody's face. But since they're behind a screen, they can say whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? So it's just sad, man. It really is. Exactly. Exactly. I feel the same way. Like when they say that, they're self-reflecting, and they don't even realize when they say stuff like that, they're self-reflecting. For one thing is, like, nobody's even saying anything to them. I'm literally just talking about God, and then trying to help people out and talking to people, and then they say things that are just straight nasty, and it's like, and it's harassment. And then it's not just harassment, some of it is sexually harassing things. It's like they're literally trying to say disgusting things, and it's like, bro, like, well, what is wrong with you? Like, you, and nobody laughs at the end of it. They're like, wow, like this person's got some problems. Like, they make themselves look so dumb, and to be honest, and I don't understand why they think it's funny, because they're embarrassing themselves. They're not embarrassing me. They're embarrassing themselves, because they look. I mean, it's like they need to actually just look at themselves like third person, and then see, wow, I am. I shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Like, I'm making myself look dumb. Like, bro, like nobody. If it'd be different if we're like, I'm not trying to help people, or that it's just a game for me, but it's not. It's literally just to try to help people out. And when you trying to help people out, and somebody comes in there saying disrespectful things, they just make a fool out of themselves out of it. Because I got a strong group of people here that, like, they don't realize that, like, 15 people are literally on my side, and it's just him in there trying to troll. Like, that you're in the wrong channel, bro. Like, that's not gonna work. Like, and that's why I think it's kind of funny at the end of it, but it's not funny because I'm thinking about the other people that may not have thick skin. I got thick skin. I could just block them and not have no effect on me at all. But I'm thinking about, well, but what about the other people that doesn't have thick skin, that could hurt themselves or could do something wrong to themselves? Like, come on, like, why would you try to do, like, why would you bully people like that? And it's probably because they get bullied. They probably don't have any friends, but you could have made friends on the channel, and especially on my channel, you would have been able to make friends. But instead, you come out here saying harassing things, and it's just like, and it's jitterbugs, because I've never had so many trolls at one time, unless it's a Saturday. Saturday is the one day that the trolls hit hard. And now it's because of Thanksgiving break. Like, you just had Thanksgiving. Aren't you supposed to be feeling thankful? Like, bro, you're like, that's just sad. Like, oh man, I would never raise none of my kids would have ever been like that. They would never have done that. They never would have done that. That's something that they don't do. And I'm glad they were raised with respect, and, and have a heart. Like, you got to be pretty heartless to write stuff like that on there and then think it's funny. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Hold on just 1 second. Deborah, I was said usually Saturdays the trolls are really bad, but what I was saying is it's Thanksgiving break. So it's either Saturday a bunch of trolls are on, but since it's Thanksgiving break and they're off from school, they're literally trolling today. So the jitterbugs are out today, and that's why the trolls are so strong. Because I guess these kids don't get hugged at home, or they're just borderline bullies. You know what I'm saying? And they just want to bully people. Oh, you were joking around being silly? Hold on, let me get back to my conversation. Okay, go ahead. She said she was just joking around. She said, "Did I miss a day?" She said, Deborah said, "Did I miss a day?" And because I guess I said Saturday, and use a lot of trolls, and I said, but the jitter. I mean, but since it's Thanksgiving break, these trolls are like running rapid right now. Like, I don't know. Like, and you're right. Since they took like God out of schools and all this stuff, it just seems like they're just getting worse now. You know, and it's the iPad generation too. It's the generation of iPad. So when the mom doesn't want to be a mom and the dad is too busy to be a dad, then they just throw them iPads and iPhones and all this stuff, and they're on there 24/7, and they don't know, they don't get any type of love or attention or anything. They just stay on their iPads all day long, and then they just bully people. I guess they think it's cute or funny. I don't know. Like, I guess I don't know. And it's just like, and they're not eating none of those things. It's not cute or funny. And at the end of it, and I just don't get why they would do that. Like, what satisfaction do you get on trying to harass somebody else? Like, but then again, I mean, people aren't like the way they are. Like, they said it that in the Bible, they said that people's hearts would grow cold, and it's sad when it's starting with young kids. You know what I'm saying? But they're old enough to be responsible for their actions now. You get what I'm saying? It's not like they're 6, 7 years old, 8 years old. They're of the age where you literally are responsible for your own actions. You're not an adult, but you're old enough to know right and wrong, I don't know what cutoff line God has to when He said a kid is innocent, and when do they lose their innocence to where they could actually, like not go to heaven. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh-huh. Hmm. Yeah, and and I can't help them because at the end of it, you're coming in here bullying and saying disgusting things. It's like, I don't have any interest in talking to you like that, like helping you like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, what I'm going to say, oh, that was really mean. You shouldn't have said that. Like, I'm not, no, I'm just going to say goodbye. And a lot of them, their comments get withheld. The only person that gets to read it are the mods. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of it, they can't even troll right. That's so borderline sad. It's like, dude, you can't even troll the right way because your stuff is getting withheld. Nobody gets to watch it but the mods, and all the mods are going to end up reporting it. So it's like, you just took all those L's, like, and well, like, why do it? What's the point of that? Like, did that help you? Did that make you feel better? Like, I don't get it. And if parents were active in their life, they could teach them that's ugly. Don't be like that. Don't disrespect, people you don't know. Like, don't treat other people wrong. Just treat them with respect and love. And if you don't have that, then stay off the phone and don't go on their YouTube. Like, I just don't get it. And then I did Nidia. Oh my God, I had a freaking. I'm not talking to her anymore. I'm done with that person. Like, she's bipolar as hell, and I can't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? There's one thing that and I talked to you about a few things about it already. You know what I'm saying? And I was today. I was like, nah, I'm done. She wanted me to mod her back again because I unmodded her when that whole thing with Colleen, huh? Yeah, well, I unmodded her, okay? When the one told me that it was her that blocked her, and then I found that it was very suspicious that she turned around and said, "Ask Colleen what day did she get blocked? Ask her, please ask her." Why would you be so adamant for me to ask her what day she got blocked unless you knew what day she got blocked and it wasn't yesterday? Get what I'm saying? Yeah, that didn't seem right at all. Like, that was like, that really gave me a hint like something's not right. And then she goes, oh, she goes, babe, can you, and she starts calling me babe all of a sudden. She didn't call me babe at all. And then all of a sudden she's calling me babe and asking me if I missed her and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, whoa, how did it become from you telling me you were going on dates, that you went and took an airplane ride to this guy's state, and then he gave her a credit card to go out there and buy a bunch of stuff, and that she's buying stuff for her kids and spending his money. He paid for her plane ticket, and I'm like, okay, good. I hope you have fun. I'm like, good for you. Like, and so, long story short, when I was on with you, and after the whole thing happened with the mod situation, she starts calling me babe and acting like, oh, do you miss me? Da 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 da. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on? Like, how did that flip from you telling me that you're dating these, and not just one guy, like two different people? Because she was like, oh, I'm going on a date. I'm getting ready to go for my date. I'm like, good for you. Why are you even telling me this? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't care if you're going on a date. That's your personal business. Like, why are you even sharing that with me? You know, so I just thought that was all weird. And then whenever I unmodded her, because when I found out the one said that stuff, I was like, I can't trust her with my channel. Like, so I unmodded her, and she goes, why did you unmod me? Would you mod me back again? And I said, why? Why would you even want to be a mod? You're not even on my channel. You never come on my channel or stay on the channel. You know, and before, when I first met her, she's like, I don't really want to talk about spiritual things, and I don't want to get into I don't want to get into any debates about, like, you know like you know like you know what do you say, like, when you talk about Trump or all this other stuff, you know, politics. Yeah, I don't, or politics. And then I was like, well, I talk about God a lot. So every time I started talking about God, she would get off the channel. Every time. She never had any part to do with it. But check this out. She tells me that she went to church. She's going to church with her family and all that stuff. And something told me that she was, like, I felt like that was a lie. And no, and then, you know how I know there was a lie? Because I asked her, I said, hey man, I'm really interested in what church you go to. Why don't you take a picture of you in church? You know, I want to, I would love to see the church you go to. Yep, and guess what? Never got a picture, not one picture. You know how many outfit pictures that she sent to me? But then you can't take a picture of you in your church clothes getting ready for church. Like, I'm not dumb. My discernment starts really kicking in. And so that never happened. So I'm like, and every time she goes, oh, I'm going to get ready because I got to get up early for church, and one day. And then the next day when she said that, she wasn't even in town. And I'm like, oh, so how did you go to church if you're not even in town? You're literally riding out of town. Like, oh, I'm going to go to church later. No, you're not. That's a complete, utter lie. And I'm not dumb and everything like that. So every time I talk about God and I'm glorifying God, she never stays in the chat and never wants anything to do with it. She leaves. And so that's why she hasn't been back on the live whenever I'm glorifying God. So I'm not dumb. I wasn't born yesterday. And then she goes, well, no, I'm gonna start coming on your live more often. I'm gonna start coming. That's why she wants a mod back again. Never gave it back to her. I did not give it back to her. And I wasn't gonna give it back to her. Like, then prove that you're gonna be on there before I give it back to you. If you really let me hear you glorify God on my channel, you're not going to. So I felt that I was just being lied to. And then the whole thing is trying to get me jealous by telling me I'm going on dates. I'm doing this. I don't, okay, listen, I don't care. I don't need to hear you tell me about this. Like, you could do what you want, and that's your business. Like, so it didn't make any sense. And then after the whole live with you and my interactions with you, she's like, you know, getting all jealous and acting like she cared. And then she's bipolar. She just, I don't know if she's really bipolar or not, but I think she's got bipolar tendencies. Okay, let's just put it that way. Because I don't know her diagnosis at all. But, at the end of it, there's just something, my discernment just been kicking in and saying there's something wrong. Okay? I mean, I cared about her as a person, and I do. Okay? We started talking when I first met her, and almost started to, like, kind of not really dated, but we kind of tried, like, but it didn't work because she wanted me to tell every girl that came in here, no matter who she was, that I was dating her, and didn't want me to tell her that she was in Arizona and that we don't live in the same state. And I was like, but it's the truth. Like, and I said, and another thing is, I'm not telling every girl that says hi to me or says you're handsome, oh, by the way, I'm dating this girl and we're together. Like, I'm not no pansy. Like, that's a pansy boy that would do that. Like, I'm sorry, but like, an interaction with people doesn't mean that I want anybody. And then when somebody has my time to where I message you all the time, and I'm giving you my time, you should already know. Like, you should have that. No, I'll know. You know, like nobody's gonna get my time like that. And then I was giving you all my time, and that's not good enough. So I was like, okay, I broke it off with her. I said, let's just not do this anymore. Let's just cut this off because I can see it's not gonna work out, you know. And she was like, okay. And then after that, this girl starts like, I don't know, for some reason she starts showing more interest. And then when she showed more interest, she would like switch it in 3 seconds. So it's like 1 minute she shows she cares, and then the next minute she's acting like she doesn't even give a shit. So I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing this up and down thing. Yes, exactly. And that's why I said that's not gonna work. It's just like you can't play those elementary games with me like that. You know what? And I don't care how pretty you are. I'm sorry, but I mean, I dated I dated a very pretty girl before, and I ended up breaking up with her because her heart was ugly, and she was beautiful on the outside, but her heart was not right. And I can't date a girl that could look hot but have an ugly heart. I'm sorry, that just does not work with me. I literally broke up with that girl because I was like, no, she was treating people mean and being a bully. I can't. I don't back that up. To me, you start looking ugly when you act like that. Like you just don't look attractive anymore to me when you act like that. When my narcissist was acting like that, like I didn't see any beauty in her anymore because when I first got with her, she was like amazing and a great person, great heart, and then that great heart turned into just like you see the nastiness, and it's like no, 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 no. Like I'm sorry, but you like you're like I said, you're known by your fruits, and when you could treat people like that and treat other people like that, it's only a matter of time before they treat you like that. And that's why I was like, I'm not for that. I like no. And so I'm telling you, my discernment was just kicking in hard. And then at the end of it, she literally asked me if I was going to pay for her plane ticket. Like, what? Why would I pay for your plane ticket? Like, we're only friends. Like, why would I be like, yeah, I'm going to pay for your plane ticket? Like I've never hung out with you. I wouldn't even know if we would even have chemistry. Like we might know each other out there, but when you get together, that's when you really know if there's chemistry or not. You know what I'm saying? Like especially with somebody that you don't trust and you know this person could switch in 3 seconds. Like if you could switch that far fast, then what does that tell you? Like exactly. Yeah, I know, and me too. I attract the most broken people. I don't know why, and I don't know why that. And I think I don't know. I think the devil was just trying to pull me off a lot. Yeah, I do want to help people. Exactly, and that's exactly what it is. I always want to help people, and I want to be there for them, and stuff like that. But I noticed things that are red flags, and when I ignore the red flags, I end up in the predicament I was just in with my narcissist ex. I I ignored red flags. There was something in me that was telling me this is not right, and it started when I was just first talking to her, and then and she made a comment about the guy that they Floyd, George Floyd. Like, yeah, you know what her comment was? You know, I don't think they did anything wrong. They just need to learn better police tactics. I said, are you kidding me? They stayed on that man long enough to kill him 3 times over. What do you mean police tactics? There was like they literally squeezed the life out of that man, and he literally like the most. It was just the most disgusting video I ever saw in my life. And when she said that, I should have known. Instead, I literally let it go, and then that fell into the relationship the whole time when she was getting racist and saying racist comments to people and saying stuff that just was not of God at all. And then it just kept getting uglier. And I was like, oh my God, I should have known. I should have, like, I had red flags. Like God was telling me that no, no, no. Instead, I was like, well, maybe, if I go to church with this person, maybe if I, help them out, they will stop being that way. And no, that was not the case. That was just my red flag and my angels poking me in the gut, and I just ignored it. I just thought, well, and then once I was in too deep already to, take those steps backwards or step out, and because I was in too deep, I was already moved in with the person and all this stuff, and then I'm like, oh my God, I wish I never did that. Broke me down to the point where I didn't even. I was so stressed. I was so always on anxiety. I was just so down all the time. It was like she was sucking the life out of me, like literally sucking the life out of me. And then it took for me to break away from her and sleep in the couch and start doing my own thing, going to a different church. And then all of a sudden, I just felt like my energy was being revived. Like God was starting to like truly work with me more than anything. Even though I'm not saying He wasn't working me when I was with her, but He was not proud of me for me sleeping in a bed with somebody that I should never have been in bed with. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of it, I'm not putting myself in that predicament again. So I'm not walking backwards. I'm not trying to go back to the same situation. Like if a person truly cares, you would know, you would feel that. You would know this person cares about me. I never truly felt like the only thing this person's done good was like, hey, did you drink water? Make sure you eat. Good morning. Like every morning I got up, it was good morning. How you doing? Make sure you drink water. I hope you have a blessed day, and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, oh, this person seems like they care about me, right? And then the minute like you start caring for them, then she flips the switch on you. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, let me back off this situation. And then you back off and say you don't want nothing to do with this person no more. And then they come back in your life in 3 months again, acting like they care again. Like, what is this? Like, are you bipolar? Is there something wrong with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't care, then back off. Leave me alone. Go do your own thing. Yeah, I think the whole thing with her too is what can you do for me? It wasn't never like what I can do for you. It was always what can you do for me, type thing. Like if you're only friends with a person like that, and like we were just friends, then why would I pay for your plane ticket, and why would I need to do a bunch of stuff just to be your friend? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, no, we're friends. You could pay for your own ticket. Like, we're not together. If we were together and you're my girl, yeah, I'll pay for your plane ticket, and I would do that. But I wouldn't do that for just a friend to come see me that literally has like shown your true colors like 5, 6 different times, to where I literally was like, who is this person? Like, why would you turn around and act like this, and then on a snap act like somebody totally different? Like, that doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah, they gotta be. They gotta be because something don't seem right. Because for one thing is, I'm not trying to bully anything. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. I was trying to be nice, and just me being nice just seems like I was just a target. That's how I feel, at the end. Because why would you tell me certain things just to try to bother me? Like, that's what she was doing. She was just saying things to bother me. Exactly, and that's why I said, if you're not going to help me get closer to God, and you're not going to be there, even as a friend, then why would I ever look at you for more than as a friend? Like I don't, no. I know what I see, and I'm not dumb. Every time she's done the same thing. It doesn't take much to set that person off, and at like, and then when you see how they really are, then they want to blame you for it and say like you did something wrong to them. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, like I was joking around, and every time I joked around with her, it turned out bad, and I'm like, dude, I'm joking. Like, how do you joke around with somebody and then turn around and get all serious and say dumb things? I'm like, get out of here with that. And at the end, she literally, took me off Snapchat. I guess deleted me, and then sends me a friend request shortly after that, again. And I'm like, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that. No, no. Like this time around, I'm just gonna have to let this one go because I mean I cared about her as a person and I really did care about her. But if you're that quick to turn your switch and act like that, then how can I trust you? I can't trust you if you can't even be a loyal friend. Like it's a if you can't be a loyal friend, how are you gonna make it as anything more than that? And why would I ever look at you as anything more than that when you can't even be loyal friend? Like oh, are you gonna pay for this? Are you gonna pay for my stuff? Like, come on, girl. Like, why would I do that if we're just friends? That doesn't make sense. I guess she's used to other guys paying for her stuff and paying for her to go on trips and do all this stuff. And I don't want that. I don't want a gold digger. Like, that's exactly what it sounded like. And I'm saying, I don't know why you're bragging about being a gold digger. Like, that's nothing. Like, guys don't want that. The lonely ones will do it. Yeah, the lonely ones will turn around and pay for your whole shopping spree, and you can play them all you want. But like, I don't know. That's just to me. That was just. If anything, she thought it was gonna get me jealous. It didn't work. It really just made me feel disgusted because it's like, why would you do that? Like, why? If for one thing, you're using another guy for his money. Because if you truly cared about him, then why you keep messaging me all the time? No, you can ask me whatever you want. Like, I don't have. No, no. Oh, yeah, no, that doesn't bother me. No, I feel you, but don't feel like that. Do I hold back with you? Okay, so that was a good answer. Absolutely not. I'm not afraid to ask anything. When I met her, yeah, because I was praying to God to send me the right woman and the woman He wanted me to be with, not the woman that I chose. And I knew God was going to have that girl for me, but I also knew that I couldn't make choices on my own. Yeah, yeah. And you know something? You know what else she was doing? She was screen recording, screenshotting my comments, and screenshotting like reactions of me. And I'm like, and if when she did it, when she first friend requested me on the thing, she did it, and she goes, "Oh, that was an accident. That was an accident. I didn't mean to press that." I'm like, you did it 3 times. How did you do that in accident 3 times? So when she went over there and made a comment, and I messaged her like, that was funny. I actually laughed. Was my comment, and then my other comment was, "Are you bipolar? Like, I think you're bipolar." And she ended up screen recording it and screenshotting it. And I was like, girl, you could screenshot all the comments you want. It ain't gonna do nothing to me. You don't think I get haters? You don't think I have trolls that come and try to? I'm so used to that it has no effect on me. But it shows your character when you're sitting there screenshotting and screen recording things because you want to turn around and pass it around to your little butt buddies or whoever she wants to pass it to, and think it's cute. And I'm like, oh, so when you first did it, you told me it was an accident, and now this time around you're admitting that you did it. Just like she said, oh, I accidentally sent you a friend request on Snapchat. That was just an accident. I was trying to press X instead of send it. But anywho, how are you been? What the heck? Like, what do you mean? For one thing, I've never accidentally sent a request to somebody. You could either send it or not. You sent it, and then you want to do that. And then she was recording what I was saying to her, and I don't know who she was sending to, and I don't really care at the end of it. But it's the fact that you're being sneaky and then doing conniving things like that, and then trying to act like you are my friend and you care. Oh, God bless you. I hope you have a blessed day. Hey, how are you doing? Good morning. Make sure you eat. Make sure you drink. What time do you go to work? And all this stuff. And then you turn around and seriously fake, like, in a snap. Like, no, like, I don't, like, I'm glad you showed me that. Because at the end of it, I pray for people to show me their true colors. I don't want to waste years and months of my time dealing with somebody that could turn cold on you in a second. In a millisecond, they turn cold on you. And then you turn around and say something, and then they turn around and make it look like you're the one who did them dirty. That it, like it was me that did. No, it's not. Just like our last argument, it was over olive oil. I told her to put olive oil on her double ear infection. Yeah, and I was like, what? And then I had you, and I was busy. I couldn't answer your messages. I come back and read a paragraph of her going completely off, and I'm like, so I started roasting her back, and then my IG's not all still jacked up to where I can't even IG right now. Like, and it's because she reported me when she told me to unalive myself. I've never told her to unalive herself. I literally only comment I says, oh, I feel bad for your kids. That's all the comments. And for that, don't talk about my kids. Da, 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 da. That's what fueled all of it. And I started getting reported over that. I'm like, what the heck? I didn't say anything bad about your kids. I just I feel bad for them. If you're bipolar and you're like up and down that quick, I would worry anybody you contact. Because there's a reason why she's still single. There's a reason. This is my choice to be single. I choose to be single. And I chose it because I know God's going to find me the right woman that I was always meant to be with. And I'm not jacking that up for a girl that I know wouldn't last 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'm not jacking that up. I'm not going to emotionally break myself for somebody I cannot trust. And when you show your true colors and it only takes a millisecond to do it, what does that say about you? Like, no, I don't want that. And I know she doesn't just do it with me. I'm pretty sure she does it to a lot of people. Like, I know it's not just with me. So, it's all good. I just want to be mentally in a good place at the end of it. And, at the end of it, I feel bad for her in a way, but I don't, because I know that her karma is going to come back and get her. How you treat other people will come back at you. You can't treat people nasty and think that it's okay. You can't sit there and try to make a joke of somebody when all they did was be your friend and try to be cool with you. And still, even after she acted like that, I didn't even want to tell her that I wasn't interested in that way. I just did not want to say that. I was trying to be nice about it, but just kind of back off. You know, especially when she's telling me, "Oh, I'm going on a date." Well, good for you. Why are you even telling me? Like, you're not that open with me. You know, I would understand. She tells me everything she's doing, but you weren't that open with me to be telling me that. You were just trying to get me jealous. And then when it didn't work, she kept trying it more. And I'm like, look, can you just keep your personal business to yourself? That's your personal business. Just keep it to yourself. Like, if I go on a date, I'm not telling her about it. Like, can you imagine if I went on a date, I'm like, hey, I'm about to go on a date right now, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not her business. I wouldn't tell her. But as soon as I started making it like a connection and hanging with you, then all of a sudden she starts acting different and not being the same. And then I'm like, you think I'm dumb? You're trying to knock me off my tracks. It's like that's exactly what you were just trying to do, and it didn't work. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying from the time being when I first was talking to her. Like, I was like, I literally show you all my time and attention, and yet you want me to start telling people this and that. I'm not like that. And to be quite honest, if I would have had like if and it was only in like not even a week into the relationship, so then I was like, what is going on? Like, why would I? And I don't even call that a relationship at all, to be honest, because she was playing me, and I knew she was playing me at the end of it. She even tried to send me pictures of her with another guy. She was dating other people, but trying to play with my time and act like, it was just a game to her, and I knew it. I knew it from the set because she showed me pictures and then tried to say, "Oh, it was an old picture that I sent you." No, it wasn't. I saw even the outfits that she was. She shows me almost every picture, trying to show me her outfits and stuff like that. I knew that she was literally doing that, and then the whole time she was trying to make me claim her to every person that came on the live, and then to find out that she was just playing games the whole time. And that's when I was like, well, I'm glad my discernment kicked in, and I'm glad I said no, that I wasn't gonna just do that. I said I'm trying to work on my YouTube channel, and I don't think my YouTube channel is based about me and your relationship. It's not based on it. And if any girl came in there and said anything to me, it was just like a fight. And then as soon as I started glorifying God, she left. As soon as I started talking about God, she left. And God is a big part of my life, so she wasn't even evenly yoked with me. If you're evenly yoked, you're not going to run on the side of me talking about God. Like, you're not going to run. You're going to want to be a part of that conversation. But she said she went to church on Sundays. What church you go to on Sundays when you can't even talk and glorify God on YouTube and help other people get closer to God? Instead, it was just like the only time she wanted to be on there is when I was roasting people or making fun of people or and not talking about God. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No, you can't. Well, you could always read scriptures to me. What are you talking about? Yeah, you know exactly. I don't mean to read scriptures to you, girl. You better read the scriptures to me. Yeah. Uh huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one thing I love when they show their true colors because at the end of it, it really helps me move on. To be honest, it helps me know that I could close that door and not have any remorse, or not remorse, but have any no, like no guilt on it, because I don't like giving up on people, and that's why I was so quick to forgive. Like, I forgave her so quick, and at the end of it, I kind of regret it now. I don't regret it, because what I'm saying, at the end of it, I kind of knew she was gonna do it again, anyways. To be honest, and
Forgiveness does not mean reconciliation.
yeah, I know you're right. You're absolutely right, and that's why I said I'm done with it. Like, at the end of it, I'm done with it. If you cannot be real and you want to act fake like that, and then think it's cute, and you want to like screen record and do all that stuff and screenshot all that stuff right there, that just tells me that all it's a game to you. It's always been a game to her, and I know that. I saw through that. And that's why I didn't have any emotional connection with her, because I could not have emotional connection with her, because I knew I could not trust her. And that just proved that right there and there, like how quick, she just flipped, like 2 seconds, and I'm like, okay, well, good for you. Goodbye. Good riddance. Have a good life, and I hope your sugar daddy is prepared to deal with your ups and downs, and how quick you could turncoat. Like, because at the end of it, like, I can't even see anybody, her being in a relationship with anybody, because she's so used to being alone too, and you can tell that she's not a person that cares for people like that. You could tell when somebody cares for you. You could truly tell when somebody cares for you. Just because you say good morning, just because you say, oh, have a great day today, and make sure you eat and drink something. Just because you say that doesn't mean you care. When you care, you know a true heart. And I've never felt a true heart from her, not even as a friend. I never felt that. I always felt like, she's up to something. She's definitely up to something, and that was my discernment, was saying that whole time. Like, this girl's up to something. Like, she is definitely up to something. And it started from when she friend requested me, and then started screen recording things. Like, who? What the heck are you like? Who are you trying to press? For one thing, is you don't even live in my state. We don't even know the same people. You think that anybody you're screen recording that to and showing actually really cares? And what would that do for me? It doesn't do anything. It just makes me laugh, because at the end of it, you think that you're cute and you think you're slick, but you're not. You're not. You're only hurting yourself at the end of it, because I didn't watch her lives. I didn't go under her IG. I didn't go looking for her, but yet she watches my YouTube lives the whole time that I've literally wasn't talking to her. She was watching my YouTube. She was literally stalking me. Like, you stalked me. I didn't go send you a friend request. I didn't go looking for you. Every time we stop talking, you come and you find me, and you come messaging me, and it's a game to her. And it's like, what kind of game are you playing? Like, what I'm saying? That's why I said this person's got to be bipolar, because one minute she's like, you're looking for me, you're watching me, you're acting like you care, and then really quick, she, it's like she's playing games. Oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing that and da da da. Okay, good for you. Why are you telling me? Like, I don't get it, And I think it's just because she's trying to reel me in to try to, like, I guess she's been doing the player thing. And the thing about it is, I used to be like that. I just didn't sleep around. But I was like that when I was younger. Like, not younger, but like, I didn't trust people with my heart. So I didn't give them my heart. Okay? So I know the whole game in that. I literally know that game. But I don't play that game anymore, but I know that game. Like, you can't play somebody that's been there. That's the point. And I'm like, you can't play me with that, because I see through stuff like that. That's why I don't get jealous. I can't be jealous of somebody I never had. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, if you won't even attempt to even come down and even see me, or want to see me, what does that say right there? Like, if you care about somebody, you're going to try to come see them. You're not going to sit there and say, hey, you need to pay for my stuff to come down there, and then I'll come see you. What the hell you think I am? Your sugar daddy? Like, no. Like that's not the like I wouldn't do. That's crazy. If I went out there and seen her, do you think that she'd be paying for my plane ticket to go down there? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I'm not. And but yet you want me to go out there and buy your ticket when I don't even know if you're gonna be cool. I don't even know. I don't personally know. I've never hung out with you. Like so. That don't make any sense to me. Like I could understand if you were my girl and we're dating and we've been together for a while. I could understand that. But just to say like, there's so many people would have come and seen you, right? And then you know what else happened? So this girl Alicia Sable, we were friends on this. This is when I was in the garage. Alicia Sable, and her boyfriend used to come on my life. She was like a good friend. She was like somebody that like more like a kind of mom, like a mom figure. She was like a mom figure. She was a lot older, but she was super nice, right? And when she drunk, she got a little flirtatious every now and then. Well, she goes, I was gonna go move to Jacksonville, and she was gonna come down and hang out with me and everything like that. She was like, I'm gonna come down there. I'm gonna hang out with you. We could do some IRLs on YouTube Live and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh, that'd be really cool. We could hang out a little, but it's not to hook up. I was like, it's not a hookup thing. I'm on a spiritual journey to God. I'm not interested in that. Like if I go hang out with you, I would have to have my own bed and everything. So she was gonna go rent a hotel. I was gonna have my own bed and everything like that, and she was gonna hang out, and we were gonna like, cause we were good friends and everything. And Sable tells me that Nidia called her up and told her to watch out for me, that I'll steal from her, and that I was on drugs, and I was all this crazy stuff to her. And so she said, so I started to worry and think that that was true. I said, you listen to Nidia? She goes, yeah. Well, I asked Nidia about it when she recently came back on my stuff. And she goes, I never said that. Why don't you message her right now? I'm like, no, I'm not getting involved. I'm not putting her involved. I'm putting her in the middle of this. And I'm not going to do that. She goes, well, I never said that. That's a lie. Da 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 da. I'm like, come on, girl. Like, you're gonna admit anything you've done? She didn't even admit that she blocked somebody else on my thing. And then somebody before that got blocked. 21 people got blocked off my channel, and she said it wasn't her. But then she's getting accused of it again. Oh, people are just trying to set me up. It's people that are just, I don't know why they want to bring. Nita, you weren't barely on my live. You were barely on my life. If you ever came in my life, it was only for a few minutes and she was gone. Like, people didn't know who she was. Nobody would have lied on her. Like, there's no reason for them to lie on her when they don't even know her. She was never on the live much. When she came on, she's like, "Hey, I'm not gonna stay long. Just wanted to say hi, da 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 da, and see how you're doing." And then when you were on your live sharing testimony, sharing your thing, she goes, "What is this? A counseling class or something?" Or she said some kind of dumb comment, and then I removed the comment that she made before you could even see it, and I removed it, and then she didn't say anything else, and then she just, well, she left. And I was like, she never stayed on long. If she ever was not, she was watching, that's a whole nother thing. But she was not communicating. And usually when I glorify God, she did not stay. She did not stay. I noticed that so much. And that's another reason why I was like, well, she's definitely not evenly yoked with me, because I truly don't believe that she actually has a relationship with God. And I know one day she was saying, oh, like something like somebody in her family passed away, and she goes, and I know they're leaving me feathers, their wing feathers. And I said, if you believe in God, and what, like, there's no sorrow, there's no anxiety in heaven. Why would they be an angel and come down here and see, your misery, and see that, your unhappiness? They, like, people don't come as angels like that. And I try to explain that to her, and that she just didn't like that. She didn't like it at all. So I don't like. I think that she believes in, like, how people believe nature is like their god. That life is like, different. Like, you know what I'm saying. It was never like, yeah. So it seemed like that's what she was saying. I was like, no, no. There's God. I believe in God, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And she never wanted to debate that with me. She didn't want to go through it. She goes, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about religion, or I don't want to talk about that. So I knew that she wasn't, there's no way she was going to church. There's no way she was going to church.
Self-acceptance is running rampant right now. Because like, even I hate to even say, but even bullying too. Like when they have the blinders on and they're in darkness, they don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
So that they don't, unless the light is shown in their lives, they just will not.
I was trying to be that light. I was trying to guide her to the light. I was trying to help her. But but she kept leaving, and I know she was leaving because every time I started glorifying God, she never commented. Never commented. So I'm like, and then ever since I came back on YouTube, she was like, oh, mod me when I come in and all this stuff. And I don't even know why I modded her, to be honest. But I was like, all right, because I thought she was going to be a part of the channel. And I told her, I said, I glorify God in my channel. I talk about God a lot. Like, so it's not like the way it was before. So, and she was like, oh, okay, well, I probably won't stay long. And every time she came in, she never stayed on. Never stayed on. She would come in for a few minutes, and she never did that before. Before she was on the live, the whole time up until I started glorifying God, and then she would leave. So I'm like, and my discernment was like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? Why is it that every time I talk about God, she's most silent or she's just gone? Like, so obviously she doesn't believe in the same God, or she doesn't believe in God, because if she believed in God, why would you run, and why wouldn't you have anything to say about God or how God worked in your life? Because God's not in your life. Because if it was in your life, you would have no problem glorifying God on this channel. You would be in here spreading your testimony and saying, hey, listen, this is how I found God. God's working my life in this way, or anything. Never. Never did that. Never did that. And even when I was on it, was that? Say that again?
I said, the more you have a relationship with God, the more things you can recall where you're like, things that happened in your life where like he was there, he was there, he was there, and you keep popping off on all the things that happened in your life. That definitely
Like the one, like Lee, like Jacob, like Adam, like you, like so many people come in there and say, man, God's really blessed me. God's helped me through my anxiety. God's helped me through my depression. God was there for me when I was sick. God was there for me through my ups and downs. I've never heard her say that. Never.
because he knows certain things that you can't really see.
Yeah. And that's why I knew. That's why I knew that I was like, it's a game to her. And I always said that I wanted to find a girl that I was evenly yoked with. That I don't want to be with somebody that kind of believes in God but don't really believe in God, or a person that says, oh, I love God, but I don't like church and I don't want to go to church, and God, I don't, and doesn't glorify God. Because if I glorify God all the time and I'm like, God has worked major things in my life, then it's the great deception. That's what it is. It's the great deception. And even people that walk with God, like my ex narcissist, she literally acted like she loved God. She went to church. She was the loudest one in church. She would clap the loudest, sing the loudest, and it's like, but right after church, she was just so hateful, like being racist and cursing left and right and smoking blunts on the way to church and the way after church, and going to buying a bottle of liquor and getting a bottle of wine and doing all that stuff. And I'm like thinking, you just got out of church. How is the first thing you're thinking about is drinking?
It was all for vanity, and that's the first
Exactly. That's
fear.
Yeah, that's why God said, now people will come in and say, hey, did I not glorify you? Did I not do this in your name? And he will say, depart from me, I never knew you. Like, that's 100%. Because at the end of it, her fruits never showed herself as a Christian, but she definitely looked like a Christian in the outside. Oh, in church, you glorify God the hardest. Oh, you were singing and even speaking in tongues, but yet you could not. Right after church, you're hateful. You don't have any love in you. Like I got attacked by her more times after church than any day of the week. She would come after church, coming by and just being straight nasty to me. And I'm thinking, you just got out of church. You don't even have any compassion. You don't even have any empathy. Like, how can you be that cold when you just got out of church? That didn't make any sense to me. And that right there tells me that, people they're deceiving. They just want to pretend that they're of God when they don't have any true relationship with them. Because if you did, you would have discernment. You would be like, hey, I don't want to treat people mean. I don't want to treat people like that, and I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
You would be able to be around people that's like, God has been with me in my darkest, loneliest hour. He's with me still, like in the still dark nights, to where I didn't even want to breathe because he
Hmm.
just sent me nothing but and joy in the morning.
Yeah.
Like and you can tell when people that's kind of part of showing the fruits is when that happens to somebody, when they're truly touched by God, they outwardly just want to give more love and compassion because He's given it to them. Because
Yeah.
they don't feel that fear and anxious and anxiety of being separated from Him. He's right there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, oh, I can't hear God. I can't hear God. Well, someone who's right next to you isn't going to yell at you.
Yeah.
You have to listen. You have to humble yourself.
Yeah.
And I sent you something. I sent you a long one in Ephesians, but the last one I sent is Ephesians 5
Hmm.
to 5:17. I feel like maybe you should give that a read.
I will. I definitely will. I just, like I said, I need to just get over it and be done with it. Like, you know, you know, I don't know. I know my discernment's right at the end of it, and as much as like, I wanted to see good in people, I'm starting to realize that a lot of people aren't good, and it's kind of really sad. Because like, it's just like you cannot help certain people, and I want to help them. I want them to get closer to God. It's got nothing to do with me wanting to hook up with her or trying to get with her or trying to get anything out of her. I've never asked her for anything. Not one daggone thing I've ever asked her for. And at the end of it, she it's like I feel like she just played with my time and then try to screen record things to try to make a joke of me and try to make it look like ha 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 ha, look at this, like, oh, you think it's cute, but you're messing with God's people. So keep messing around with God's people and see how far that's going to get you, because I'm not no fake Christian. I'm not a fake person, and I love God, I glorify God, and I'm going to eagerly seek him whether you're there or not. Like, I'm going to do it. And I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about her. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of it, if that's who you are and you want to make a joke of things and you think it's cute, then all good. All only thing I ask her is, are you bipolar? Because, you did a light switch just like she did 3, 4 other times. Like, this is probably the fourth time that she's done this, to where I had to take steps away from her and say I'm done, and then somehow miraculously she comes back, and then I just let things go, and I'm like, just let it go. How are you doing? And try to be cool with her, and then regret it because it'll happen again. So it's like I don't even know why I kept allowing myself to open up and still be friends with somebody that I already know has no loyalty. If you got no loyalty, then it's hard for me to trust somebody with no loyalty. And I knew that. I just kept thinking in my mind, like, hey, this girl thinks she's gonna play me. She really thinks that I'm that dumb. Like, I don't know.
It's because you have circumstances where you have to look your left and I can see it in you. I can feel it all in you. And all the while it's not a bad thing to look at the good in people, but let them see the goodness of God in you.
Yeah, I've tried, but it's just like, it's kind of hard for me to do that when I'm flushing the toilet. If-
I understand.
because at the end of it, it's a toilet that needs to be flushed, because, like, if I keep doing it, I'm just going to keep setting myself up, and I'm not going to keep setting myself up to be played and to be, made a joke of. You know what I'm saying? if that's the way you are, then I'm okay with letting you go. And I've let her go many times. But since I'm always forgiving and I always want to forgive others people, it's like I keep forgiving somebody to just do it again, you know? And this time around, I wasn't going to roast her. This time around, I wasn't going to make fun of her. This time around, I was just going to say, you could say whatever you want about me. I wasn't going to respond back negativity. But I want to know if she was bipolar because of the simple fact that she just like, you know, switched up in a heartbeat. And it's like, wow, like, you know, and I could joke around and laugh when I say something and she would turn around and say something nasty. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, okay, like, be cool, all right, then have a great day, like, have a great life, like, just, you know, if you know, if you can't be respect me as a friend and you don't want to respect me as a friend, then why even be friends then? Like at the end of it, so I don't know. I think the best part about it is fine. And when she, uh, I guess deleted me off Snapchat, I got happy. I was like, thank God, at least I don't have to do it because I got tired of doing that because I ended up blocking her, you know, and you know at the end of it, and I didn't want to be the person that did it. So when she did it, I was like, okay, good. That made that door so much easier. And then she sends me a friend request right back, and it's like, what the heck, like, you know, like you're definitely bipolar because you literally just took me off and then tried to add me right back on.
Because she was expecting you to break her ground. Like, and when you forgive somebody like that over and over, that's why I said earlier, forgiveness is not retaliation.
Yeah.
You forgive that person, and if you've had a fault in it, I'm not saying that you did, I'm just saying with anything. If you've had a fault in it, and you quickly take accountability, confess it, and then you get better
No, I
with it.
did have fault in it. I told you I roasted her the last time.
Yeah,
And
and
that's why I was willing to forgive because I knew that I egged it on too with it hurt. You know what I'm saying? The last time, you know, because but it all started with me just caring about her to give her a remedy that I literally used all my life when I had an ear infection, and I felt bad for the person, and then she made it look like my advice was not good. I'll just go to the doctor like all bougie and stuff, and I was like, well, then you're gonna sit in pain until then. And she was like, well, then I will, da 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 da. And I'm like, all right, well then I will never give you my advice on how to help you again. And I said, but
don't manage your growth before it.
yeah, yeah. And you know what? Also, I said this was my other remark. I said, but then don't tell me when you're hurting, because when you're hurting, I care and try to tell you like what you could do to help yourself, and then you like you belittle what I tell you, and then so I won't, just don't tell me when you're hurting so I don't have to respond to it either. And then I went and started helping the youth kids out, and like I said, I was helping them. I was cleaning up some stuff. I was helping playing basketball with some of them, and then I was putting all these things up. And by the time I came home, I had like 8, 9 messages from her of her going completely off on me. And so that's when I went and started roasting her back and making fun of her back and saying things to her. And then she starts saying things to me back that was all jacked up too. And then at the end of it, I'm laughing, just roasting back and forth, thinking that it's like not, not really that big. And then I get reported, and I'm like, "You're telling me to unalive myself, and you're gonna report me? Like what the hell? That didn't make any sense." And still, my IG is messed up because of that. Like, it's just like, wow, man, like it's just crazy. And then at the end of it, I was just willing to let things go and just said, all right, fine. She requested me, and then I'm just gonna talk to her. We were talking every, just as friends, and constantly checking on me, and always, she messaged me so many times, and I knew I wasn't going out of my way to message her. Like it was always her message me, and I would message her back. And then sometimes there'll be 4 or 5 messages I would not answer back. And then because I once she said she was telling me what she was doing and she wanted to say, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And I'm saying, listen, she's just trying to get me pissed off. I knew what she was trying to do, and it wasn't gonna work. So I just said, I'm just not gonna respond to her as much because I don't need to keep talking to her every single day and message her 8, 9 times a day on messages. Like if you're dating other people and you're doing all this other stuff, be faithful to the man you're dating then. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of it, you're saying you're all going on a date and you're doing this and you having this guy buying you all this stuff, be faithful to him. Like, if you shouldn't be worried about me if you're dating somebody else. Even as friends. Like, even as friends. If you are committed in a relationship, you shouldn't be messaging another guy. Point blank. If we were brothers and we were like just brothers and sisters or something, like, I could understand that, but we weren't. You know? So it's like, so that's why I backed off, because I'm thinking, what if I was the guy she was dating and she was messaging some other guy? Would I like that? No, I wouldn't like that. So I kind of said, well, I'm not going to message her as much and not, and then, but once it got so many, I was like, all right, let me just answer her back. And then it was just like that. So, and then, and I know that I think the whole thing was just to try to get me jealous, try to get a reaction out of me, and I didn't give her one, and it bothered her.
You gotta keep her boundaries up. I'm not saying like keep her walls up and not let anybody in.
Hmm.
But you definitely have to like if you get the door and just see who it is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I've been doing though too, because at the end of it, I know that if I'm gonna sit there and open myself up to somebody and give myself to somebody, I'm not gonna give myself to somebody I can't trust. Like, if obviously for me to trust you, you have to win my trust back, and that never truly happened. You know what I'm saying? Because she was always like, one minute she cared and the next minute she's acting like, she absolutely didn't care. And then whenever you came on, that's when she started acting, calling me babe and saying all this stuff. I miss you. I miss you. Do you miss me? And saying all these comments. And I'm thinking, you didn't talk to me like that until you saw Tammy on there. Like, you think I'm stupid? Like, you think I'm dumb? You think that I don't know what time it is right now? I know exactly what time it is. You see that me and Sammy has a chemistry. You see that me and her are feeding off each other. And then now you are trying to act like that. And then I said, wait a minute. Not even 2 days ago, or I think it was yesterday before you even came on. She showed me her on a plane and told me she was going shopping and had the man's credit card to where she could buy her kids all this stuff, and then she's gonna go shopping and buy all this stuff. And I said, okay, well, have fun. Like, good. You know what I'm saying? Like, have a good one. Like, why are you even telling me this anyways? But at the end of it, and then the next day you're on my live and me and you are talking where, the whole thing, and then all of a sudden I'm babe. Now I become babe. Now I become, oh, do you miss me, honey? Do you miss me? I miss you. Wait a minute, you never talked to me like that until freaking Sammy showed up. Like, you think I'm dumb? Like, I know exactly what you're doing. You're playing games because you want me to get my attention off of Sammy and want me and into you. Like, and then when I was on live and we're glorifying God, talking about God, reading scriptures, she's like, oh, you seem to be more paying attention to more Sammy. And I'm thinking, no, we're glorifying God on YouTube. Like, this is not me and Sammy flirting. We're not flirting on YouTube. We're literally talking about God and glorifying God on YouTube. What does that have to do with her attention or what any of that? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, like she told me she was going to sleep. She's like, well, good night. I'm gonna go to bed. I got a long day tomorrow, and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay. And then 15 more messages come up while I'm on live, and here we are praying and trying to help people and trying to like do good, and she can't even see the good that's going on. It was just more like, jealousy. And then that's when the whole next day she's like sending me pictures of her, constantly sending pictures of me of her. And I'm thinking, wow, like, you think I know exactly what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing, and it doesn't work out like that. Because I trust you, I trust her. I didn't trust her as far as I could throw her, and I, that's it.
The thing is, it's best to just not feed into it anymore. You put that boundary up,
Yeah,
and take it as practice for having boundaries.
yeah, yeah. You're
Because
right.
I can tell, and I'm the
Yeah.
Where you gotta show grace and love and forgiveness. But if that other person truly doesn't repent and just wants to play and manipulate you and just wants to be in a dark place and those people are trying to get out of it, don't cast your pearls before swine. Just shake the dust off your feet and keep moving on.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Like it really, like I mean, at the end of it, it's hard for me to stop caring for somebody. It really truly is, and but I know that I have to. You know.
You have to care about your relationship with God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because some people are literally just setting that path to deter you from that.
Yeah, and that's the way I
And
feel. Like.
anybody that doesn't keep you on your path,
Uh huh.
someone can get rid of them. I mean, me personally, I literally had to stop talking to my grandma because of that.
Mhm.
And like it pained me, and that's my grandma. That's my only grandma. She's 84, and I just had to stop having anything to do with her. I told her the truth. I told her, hey, like, hey, you say a Christian, but you're not doing this. And I called her out. She
Mm.
just didn't want to listen. So like, grandma, I love you, but I can't. Like,
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with you until you actually show that you actually want to change. But you got to be like I told you, God first, and not just show me that you do it to get me back in. Because
Yeah.
there's no way that's happening.
Yeah. And then and I should have I should have known that I was being lied to when she said she was going to church in the morning and oh she's about to go to church and we're in 3 hour difference time and I know that we're 3 hours difference in time and the times that she was telling me she was going to church didn't make any sense. It would have been like 7 in the morning. So I was
It
like,
said the scripture, yeah. It said the scripture too, not to believe every spirit yet tested.
yeah, and that's the point. That's why I said, hey, so you show me all these pictures of you in your little new outfits and all this other little things that you got, that you wear and all the time. Show me your church outfit. Show me what you're wearing to church. Like, how is it that you don't have? And then I sent a video while I was at church, and said, this is my church. I would love to see yours. Was my thing because I wanted to see. She really wasn't even going to church, and then I didn't get any church picture. I didn't get any of it. And every time I've asked her for a picture before, she would send it in a heartbeat. But then you couldn't send a church picture. Like, that tells you right there. That's when I was like, hey, man, that girl ain't going to no church. There's no way you're going to church. And if you were going to church, you would have no problem glorifying God on the channel. You would have no problem encouraging people on the channel and helping people get closer to God. Not once have I ever heard her come in there and say, "Hey guys, get closer to God. God loves you. Da 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 da. Keep getting closer." No, it's never been about that. It's almost like she was just ridicule people or try to put people down or try to say, "Oh, what is this?" Oh, no, it's called a testimony, something that you don't have. Because if you were with God, you would have so many testimonies to share about how God helped you overcome so many battles. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it were, and that's why when people ask, oh, what's your testimony? I got too many. I got a lot of testimonies. God has been working in my life all my life. So, like, and I believed in God in all my life. When I was a kid, I've always believed in God. So, I have testimonies to share. Like, how do you not have one testimony to share at all? And yet I'm asking people to split screen with me and come share their testimony. Why is it she never asked, hey, I would love to split screen with you and share my testimony? Like, never once like that had come up. She never came on the channel once I modded her and gave her mod. She came on my channel enough to see that I was going to be glorifying God the whole channel instead of glorifying God for like 15, 20 minutes and then just general chat and just like roasting people or just talking about different subjects that have nothing to do with God. So ever since it's been strictly God on my channel, she has not came back. She has not. Yeah.
The middle of the tares in the weeds, that's pulling out the tares.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
things are running out. If you can,
What?
you don't know the link that was in my daily devotional for today.
Yeah, what was it?
I sent a picture of it to you.
Well, read it. I want to hear it, and I'll read it again after, or I'll read it. I'll see it, but I want to hear it from you.
Wow, this keeps popping up. But the verse is 2 Corinthians
Oh wow, the thorn on the flesh has just been everywhere. Maybe that's, I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know. I think I've been tested so many times. It's just like I'm getting tired of these tests now. I mean, if that kind of makes, like, just dealt with Colleen and had to get rid of that, and then now I'm dealing with Nidia and having to deal with, having to just step away from her too, because at the end of it, I don't want to be played with. I don't want to be played with. I've been played with enough in my life. I have made, I've had my heart broken so many times because I always meet the wrong people because I'm making the choices on my own. For one time in my life, I want to meet somebody I'm evenly yoked with, somebody that's going to be about God, that's spiritual, that that is wanting to get close to God, not somebody that's going to fake loving God. I've seen that. I lived with that. I don't want that. I know what a person says, oh, they love God and they glorify God, but then have no fruits to show it. Like, I don't want that. I've lived with that. That scares me in life right now. Because if you truly love God and when you glorify God, you have remorse, you have empathy, you have conviction. Without those things, how can you have love in your life? How can you have God in your life if you don't have any of those? Like, that's, and to me, anybody, that's why I've been single this long, because I have failed to meet that yet, besides you, but I failed to meet that up until you. You know what I'm saying? But every time I meet somebody, they will glorify God, and then their fruits will show so different. Like, it's a facade. I've had somebody do it to me recently, or a few months ago, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" Like, I care about God so much. I care about God so much, but you don't show that at all. Like, there's no conviction. There's no empathy at all. Like, no, I don't want that, and I've run away from that now. Like, to me, I don't want that. You're like, not even as a friendship I want that, and it's sad that I don't even want that. And I don't think it's sad. I just think that I'm being protective about my heart, because I've given my heart to so many people and had it crushed. Every time I start trusting in somebody, and then bam, something comes up like jacked up, and it's like, and that's when my gut feeling kicks in and says, "Oh man!" And I ignored my gut before, and I'm not ignoring it again. I'm just not doing it again. I don't fall in the same hole over and over and over again. I try to learn to walk around it and stay away from it. So that's been my discernment, and God's given me it, and I know for a fact that I've been being played with, and that bothers me because I've always cared. I wanted good for her. When she told me she went on a date, I said, "You deserve love, and I hope you do find love." My thing wasn't of any jealousy. It was like, I hope you do find love. I hope this guy does work out for you. I hope that that you get what you're looking for. Like, that's what I told her when she told me she was going on a date. I said, "I hope it all works out for you. I hope you find the love you deserve." And that was my whole thing. It wasn't that I wanted anything bad for her, and I still don't want anything bad from her. But I don't want to be involved in it no more, because I know the minute that I don't agree, or the minute, you're quick to be a turncoat, and I don't like that. Like, because I don't turn on people like that. I have, like, if I was that person, then why did I let her come back in my life 4 or 5 times already? Like, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like, okay, listen, this time around, I did not curse her out. This time around, I did not roast her. This time around, I did not make fun of her. This time around, I just asked a simple question: Are you bipolar? Like, and because, like, something don't seem right with you when you could, act one way and then turn around and act like a complete other person. Like, okay, well then go do your thing and just, let me be. Let me be. Let me go. Don't keep coming back to me and then acting like you care, and then you don't care. You care, you don't care. You care, you don't care. All right, well, just stick with don't care, because I don't want that.
So the longer you run from something that's meant for you, the closer you are to them running into something that is right for you.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I know God's got me at the end of it, and I trust in Him, and that's what I've said in my channel since the garage. I literally said this. I said, God has my girl picked out. I'm not ruining that. I am not ruining that. And that was over, what, a year and a half ago, maybe longer, that I've said that. And I've been single since then. So I said, no, I know God put in my heart, stay humble, stay faithful, don't feed off of anger, and don't try not to react on with certain things, and just strive to get closer to me, and I'll help put you back together. That's how I felt from that time being. Now, nothing seemed to be going my way for so long. Like my motorcycle got stolen, my electric bike got stolen, and then I couldn't find a job no matter how hard I tried. And then things just kept falling apart, and I kept seeking God in it in the whole time. I think I was being tested to see if I was going to blame God. That's how what I felt. I felt like I was totally being tested to see if I, like, and my anxiety was through the roof up until I asked God to take it. And then when He took it, and then all of a sudden I got this job. All of a sudden, things starts looking up for me a little bit, more and everything like that. So I don't know. I know God's got me. I just got to stay faithful to Him, and I'm going to continue to stay faithful to Him, no matter what the devil throws my way. I mean, at the end of it, I'm not going to make fun of people. I'm not going to put people down because I feel hurt. I'm not going to react to people's anger. I'm going to try to just walk that road and that path that God's always told me I needed to be on. And if I don't walk this path, then, and I fall off this path, God's still waiting for me in that same path that I fell off on. You know what I'm saying? And then I can still go forward even if I make a mistake, but I don't want to make any more mistakes. I don't want to feed off anger. I don't want to feed off of pain. I don't want to sit there and say I can't trust anybody because everybody seems to want to play me and play with my heart. It seems like the more I care about people, the more evil comes after me. And that kind of bothers me, but it doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
This is what it feels like to go through the fire.
Yeah, oh, you're right. Yeah, that definitely fire I'm going through. But at the end of it, he's still there with me. He's still molding me and telling me, hey, this is the man I want you to be. And I got to continue to be that man, even though it's not easy. I mean, it sucks to go through things and, you think you could trust somebody and then you find out you cannot trust them at all. But at the end of it, it doesn't break me because I think God's just showing me. He's like, you know, like I guess He's showing me the truth on it so I don't get fooled later. That's why I said I can't look at it as a bad thing because I could have wasted so much more time and investment and put my heart into something that was always set to crush me. You know?
Oh, trust me, I know. I know.
Hmm. Yeah.
I did it for 9 years. I tried to make it work back and forth. Even though it wasn't the right relationship, I stayed in it for 9 years and I did everything I could. But it's just the time I kicked him out, I was like, honestly, I'm not even sad about it. Like, yeah, I have to let loneliness balance me. But I know God's got me, and that I know that there is a woman out there that even though you make mistakes, you don't want to keep repeating the same mistakes you made before because God has shown you, and that's very admirable. And but there's a woman out there that cares about you and loves your heart and loves you for who you are, no matter the mistakes you make. She loves your flaws and she loves the way you speak to people and are compassionate and kind. And she sees a little bit of what your heart is like, how God sees you.
Yeah, that's the perfect match though. Like, and it's like really hard at the end of it, but it's not hard because the reward is at the end of the rainbow. So like, I know that, and I'm just like at the end of it, I'm not mad, and I'm not even hurt. I'm just tired of it. I guess I'm just tired of that, and then. But at the end of it, it's not breaking me. It's only making me stronger at the end. Like I know it's only gonna make me stronger. And at the end of it, the fact that I didn't want to react and just go completely off, it says that I am growing. I don't want to be ugly. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be I don't want to hurt anybody. I really don't. Like, I don't get any satisfaction from that. If I hurt people, I feel that conviction that tells me, man, you shouldn't have done that, you know? And I don't want to wear that conviction because at the end of it, I have to make right with it, you know? And I don't want, I'm glad I just, you know, I'm just gonna have to just, I know what I gotta do. And I knew it from this time being because I was like, I didn't even know how I was gonna do it at the end because I knew that I was gonna have to cut that off. I knew it. I knew it in my heart. I knew it. I knew it whenever the whole person got blocked. And I knew it when the person was starting to switch up and act like they cared all of a sudden. But just one day ago, you were telling me that you were going on dates and that you were literally getting spoiled by another man. And then, like, I knew that. And then you come and act like you care. And then, like, no, you don't. I'm not dumb. Like, I see through stuff like that. It would have been different if she would have not have said any of that stuff, and then stayed like a regular friend, and then turn around and started talking about it. But she never. I knew it was only because she saw she was threatened by you. I know she was threatened by you. I feel she was definitely threatened by you, and she could act like she wasn't, but she was, because that's when she started saying all this babe stuff and, oh, do you miss me? Do you care? You know, I miss you. Blah 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 blah. And then all of a sudden it switches up. Like, girl, you can't play me.
And there's nothing that can keep up because and I'm not saying I'm higher than her. That's what I'm saying is there's nothing that can keep up because I'm past that. I'm on a whole new level of God. Only God is keeping me up here.
Yeah, I
And
know.
mostly it's for people like her that I understand your mindset. And it's
I'm not hurt, and I'm not hurt though. I mean, I'm just tired. I'm tired of it. It's not. It's what I'm saying. I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of fake people. You know, and I'm not hurt at all over it. Like, at the end of it, if I wanted to accept that friend request, I could accept it. But I'm not going to accept it because I know what I need to do. Get what I'm saying? If that, like, you know, I have to stop that because at the end of it, I'm only setting myself up. Like, who's gonna pull a knife out of their chest and keep and putting it back in, and then saying, oh, you know, I'm hurt about it. No, I'm putting the knife in my own chest right now because I know their character. I know how they act. I know that they could turn in a simple of a dime. So I never gave her my heart. She wasn't getting that heart. That heart was not going to her. And I knew that from the time being. I knew she was playing games from the time that she literally sent that Snapchat. I knew that it was a game to her. I saw her screen recording. It told me screen record, screenshot. And then, oh, that was an accident. And then all of a sudden, she'll do it again. Oh, that was another accident. Oh, yeah, who the hell are you playing? Like, I'm not dumb. This is only to feed her own thing because I roasted her. She probably's like, oh, she thinks he thinks I'm ugly and he thinks this and that and everything like that. But look, you see, he's still being nice to me. Look, he's still talking to me. Da 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 da. So obviously I'm not ugly. Obviously I'm not this and that. You know, it was only to feed her own ego. I saw through it from the time being. I was not dumb. That's why she was like, oh, look, you see, you were calling me this and I said, no, I was roasting you because you roasted me. I wasn't talking facts about you. I literally was roasting you back because you were talking crap about me. I wasn't saying anything that I felt. I was saying things that just hurt you. There's a big difference. You get what I'm saying? And that's who I was back then. I was upset. And when somebody hurt me, I hurt them back. It was just something that how I was raised as a kid, something I wore for so long. And I wasn't raised like that. I would just have brothers. We always used to make fun of each other. We used to laugh and joke at each other all the time. So when she said something to me, it was like, oh, you want to play this roast game? I could roast you right back all day long. So that's what I did, and it wasn't. And I tried to tell her, I'm like, girl, I didn't say that stuff because I meant it. I said that stuff just to hurt you back because you were trying to hurt me. You said things that were hurtful, and I was like, they didn't affect me. I'm just gonna say things right back to you. Like, you can't turn around and act like you're flawless. You know, if you hurt people, you could be hurt back. So And I didn't like that person, and that's why I said I needed to change and not do that. I wasn't gonna react to it, and I wasn't gonna act like that because I feel like I'm on a spiritual journey to Christ, and in that spiritual journey, I am not gonna take steps backwards. That means I'm not gonna sit there and roast somebody. I don't want to roast people. I don't want to hurt people. I don't even if they hurt me, because that's the only time I did that is when people try to hurt me. I try to hurt them right back. And then I said, and God took that, God gave me that conviction and changed me and said, you're not going to do that no more, Josh. You're not going to, even if they hurt you, I'm vengeful. I can take care of you. I got your back. I don't need to get my hands dirty no more. And for the first time in my life, I've finally feel free from that. So I'm not going backwards. I'm going to keep going forward. And I'm not going to sit there and play, or, what to say, I'm not going to be ugly back, because it doesn't feel good afterwards, and it doesn't feel good not because of what she said. It's because I don't feel good about what I'm saying, and I didn't, nothing she said even hurt me at all. Because at the end of it, it's like if you feel that way about me, and you think that I don't look good, and you think I'm ugly, and you want to say all this other stuff, then good. Like if that's how you feel, good. Like it doesn't hurt me none. Like
Control other people's responses, but you can control how you react to it.
Yeah, that's exactly. And at the end of it, like that's what it was. And the thing she was saying, I didn't even read. I've already one thing God taught me, and it was part of my path to God, was don't read people's nasty comments. Don't read into it, and then you don't have to get hurt. But I knew she was talking crap because I could see the first sentence, and then I would stop reading, and then I would say something back. So she would send another paragraph or something to me. I would read the first sentence, and then I would not read the rest of it. And then I would respond to that. So I never fully read the whole thing to get hurt, but I was reacting to hurt her. And I didn't want to do that no more. I was like, I'm not taking those steps no more, because if I'm not going to roast back trolls, and I'm not going to let them, I'm not feeding into their anger. I'm not going to feed into other people's anger either that I know. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to say something nasty about me, I don't have to defend myself no more, because I feel like I just don't have to do it. I feel like at the end of it, God's got me, and if they hurt me and they say something hurtful to me, I feel like God is vengeful, and I feel like he'll humble you, and I trust in him, and that's why I feel like I don't have to react to people's, like when they try to hurt me and say hurtful things about me. I'm like, okay, if you feel that way, God bless you. I'm not gonna react in it, and that's why this time around I wasn't gonna react on it. I just simply asked one question: are you bipolar? Like, because she could be. I don't know. Like, because something just didn't seem right, and I didn't understand what it was. But right now, I don't care to understand what it is either. I just gotta let it go, and I'm done with it. I'm just gonna let it go, and just live my life. Yeah, and just keep doing my channel, and just try to glorify God as much as I can. But today's like the trolls were out, and I don't know, just kind of, that's why I'm not on live. I mean, my live is running, but I haven't even been on it because I don't know, like heart, not my heart, but I just feel like, I don't know, just we're dealing with her, and then dealing with that. I don't want, I just didn't want to hear it right now. I got a lot of people I love on there, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I just needed to talk to you anyways, and I'm glad I talked to you, because I mean, at the end of it, it kind of validated my feelings of how I was feeling too, with, like, and I know what I need to do as well, because it's just gonna block my path. She's just gonna block my path, and I know that, because what I'm saying, if she glorified God and she was about God, then things might have been a little different. But the fact that I know that this is a game and that you're playing games with me, it just makes it easier to just flush the toilet and be done with it, because I don't want to be played with. I've been played with enough. I don't need to be played with. Like, if you're not a genuine person, then it's okay. It doesn't hurt me. I move on. And that's what I want to do, is just move on, and just not dwell about it, not have to, not have to be responsible of message her back, or oh, is she gonna get mad if I don't message her back and stuff? Like, no, now I don't have to worry about that. She could do her own thing. She could live her own life. She could date whoever she wants. I'll pray for her still, and I pray that she truly finds God and that she finds. I mean, I hope she finds love. I want her to find love. You know, I want somebody to, you know, to hopefully, I don't know if they'll be God. Hopefully, they're a godly person. Like, I don't know. And I don't think she would be attracted to a godly person, to be quite honest. Like,
Or you have to be rooted in Christ first. You have to love Him first because He first loved us. And then if He will give us, once we're in line with His will,
mhm,
He can't give us the desires of our heart if we line with His will. And if that means being with somebody else with the same values and same like future and goals.
mhm. Hey, did you see that video about the dirt? About dirt, you know how Adam, they said it was made from dirt, right?
Yeah, I watched like the beginning of it, and then you sent me other videos.
Oh, you should have finished that one. They said it has in the dirt that's actually in the ground. We have all the components that's in that dirt.
You know, it's crazy too because I've heard a study that like dust that you see on like stuff in your house, like 80% of that is still your skin cells, like your dead skin cells.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy about the whole thing because we were made of dirt and it's in the Bible. But you know, they don't want to share things like that because then they know the word of God is true, and that's why I said that they hide it. You know, did you hear that the CIA documents that got leaked out that they said they found the Ark of the Covenant, and that's literally hidden. Like nobody. Why wouldn't you share that with the world? Like, why wouldn't you let the world that you know you found the Ark of the Covenant? Why? Because it shows that Jesus was so real and that there was actual, I mean, that God was real and that God was, you know, there and all that stuff, you know? And they don't want to show it. They don't want to, it's like they're hiding it. Why would you hide something that important? And like a lot of artifacts that they find, it isn't even shown anymore. It's hidden. Like even down to Afghanistan, there was a lot of people that went to war in Afghanistan, and they found a whole bunch of stuff that was from back in the day and everything like that, and they were fighting to get it. They were fighting to get it. Why would they fight so hard to get something unless they were trying to hide it? And then they never showed anything that they found. All the stuff was just put away, and it was something really big, yeah. And I mean, it's crazy. And I know God's coming soon at the end of it, and that's why I even told you, it's like, girl, I don't feel like we have years to play with, like a bunch of years to play with. I know God's coming very, you know, soon. Like prophecies are all being foretold as we speak, and some big things are happening in this world right now, and a lot of people are acting like it's another day, like they don't care. And it says in the Bible they would be going on like everyday life. People will be getting married, people will be partying, people will be lovers of self and everything like that. And you know, and he's a lot of people are going to be caught with their pants down, but God's people will be like ready. They would be ready to accept him because their spirits would be stirring. It would be like, oh man, I feel something's coming. And a lot of people have been talking about that on YouTube about how they feel like their spirits are just, you know, telling me to get on to glorify me and to spread my name, you know. And they're saying that the gospel has been preached almost to every place in the world. They said the gospel, everybody will know his name. Like, you know, the gospel will be everywhere before, and they will have the chance to accept or deny. So once that reaches every part of the country, he's coming soon. Like very soon. And that's why I'm like, man, you know, I don't know how many years we would have or when he's coming because nobody knows. But jeez, it's like I can tell you he's coming very soon, and that's why like I feel like I need to be on YouTube helping people, trying to get people closer to God. But you know, today was just dealing with all these trolls today, and the comments they were making was just it really sickened me. It made me feel like we didn't have like there's just so many people that are not going to go to heaven, and it's scary because like if you could act like that and you have no reason to act like that, it's like how nasty can people be, and what do you get off of that? Like, does that make you feel better about yourself? Like, and so that just bothered me.
Like before you go to work, I'm like, I just something in me just wants to get up and just scream like, please repent, like make it right with God.
Yeah, and it's like they're not getting it either. Like they're just not getting it, and I want to be able to help the sick. You know, Jesus preached to like the wicked, the people that were lost. He didn't go to the, you know, he didn't hang out at the synagogue the whole time and hang out with the Pharisees the whole time. Even though he did preach out there too, but he spent a lot of time in places that were the most broken people, the people that were doing, you know, things like Nineveh, you know what I'm saying? Like he went out there and sent Jonah to go out there to Nineveh to go preach the word of God and try to help them. And then Jonah was like, oh no, these people are wicked. These people are disgusting. They don't deserve to go to heaven. Like they don't deserve to be a, you know, a part of, you know, God. And if he's so reluctant to do what he was prophesied or as a prophet was supposed to do, that he literally lived in the outskirts of Nineveh because he didn't even want to go and continue to do what he was supposed to do. Like his heart was not in it to help them, you know. Even though they literally turned, and they were all trying to get closer to God, and a lot of them were doing exactly what they were told, like what Jonah was supposed to tell them. You know, they didn't. They just,
They don't move fast.
yeah, they did. And it seemed to bother him more, like in a way, you know, that because he didn't want them to go to God, like in a way he didn't, you know, because why would you live in the outskirts rather than live in Nineveh to continue to do the thing? That's why they did that whole thing with the shade and the tree growing right in front of the his tent to give him shade, and then the next day he woke up and the tree was dead, you know, and he was like, God, why would you give me something and just take it away? And he goes, he said something like, uh, you didn't, because you never watered it and you never helped it grow, and you just, you know. So it was basically like telling him that he was supposed to go out there and keep watering the flock and keep helping them get closer to God. Instead, you preached the word and then left and didn't want anything to do with them, like. And then the whole thing ends like that's a cliffhanger. Did he ever go over there to Nineveh and help them out, or did he just stay in there with his dead tree?
Yeah, I think it was also too like the end of Job in a way, where he was letting you know like, hey, like even though I got you, I'm gonna let you know again, I am God, and I will what I give, I can take away.
Yeah, yeah. And didn't he also see how the universe worked? Because didn't understand. Like he didn't have some kind of understanding, and they showed him kind of how things were run. Like parts of it was run, and talking about it's not what you think. You know, like it's above your own understanding, pretty much. You know,
Yeah,
it was
the verses in Proverbs, not to lean on your own understanding, but to trust in the Lord.
exactly. That's some good. That's some strong stuff right there. Man, girl, you're definitely powerful with the words. Like you definitely got a skill and a blessing that you could literally, you know, put people in focus like that and put me in focus too. Like I don't know, I'm happy I called you. At the end of it, I was going to try to just let you sleep and try to give you some time to restore yourself. So that's why I just, you know, kind of backed off and just gave you a little space. So because I know I've kept you up late, even the night before, and the night before, and the night before. Like our conversations turn from okay, it's gonna be a quick conversation to like,
Yeah,
you know, hours, and then you still get up before you're supposed to get up. I'm like, girl, you don't go to work till 1 o'clock. Go sleep till 12 or something like that, you know, or no, you're up at like 9 o'clock, 9:30.
I can't explain it. It's all really God. Where he really just he gives me that supply. Like today, I I felt that conviction. You were like, so you're not gonna take Tylenol, but you're willing to drink coffee. I'm like, so you sipped your coffee after you said that. After I got off the phone with you, and I looked at my coffee. I'm like, dude, I gotta dump this. I don't drink coffee like that. I dumped it.
Oh, good for you. I think that it's just not going to help you know, your stomach and you know the cramps and all that. Then I think it just probably would have made it worse, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
But
And
but but Tylenol is not a bad thing. But I'm glad you went to God and God took it from you. Because I mean, I'm telling you, girl, when I prayed from my heart too for you. Like it wasn't just a little prayer. Like I prayed from my heart because I felt I don't want to hear that you're in pain and that you're hurting. And you know, the fact that you told me that, I knew you were definitely hurting. because I just can't see you telling me something if it wasn't like that. And so I was like, oh no, I'm gonna pray for this girl. Like, and then you prayed as well, and I think it was just like the double prayer going to God. And I was like, God, you're a healer. You could do whatever. You could definitely heal this girl. Take her pain from her, And it was like an emotional prayer. And I was like, and then when I asked you, I just wanted to know what your pain was, like what level were you at, and stuff like that. And then you were like, not even long after that, it was like quickly, really quick, and you were like, I don't have any. I'm actually energized now and I'm doing good. I'm like, what?
No,
Like,
you're not even joking. Dude, I felt that. I felt like, I know we were messaging, but I could feel that prayer. Because it's like full body goosebumps, like with a vibration.
yeah, that's how I felt when I said the prayer. I promise you, I felt that, and then it was like an emotional thing too, and I was like, what the, like, I know God, you could do this. I know you got this. I know that you can heal her. Put your holy hands on her. I started saying a bunch of stuff like that, and then I'm thinking, like, and at the end, I even told you to take Tylenol because I wasn't sure, I wasn't, I felt it, but I didn't know, like, I was just like, it's just not bad for taking Tylenol, you know what I'm saying? But you were like, no, I want to give it to God. I want to give it to God. I want to, I go to Him first. And I was like, wow, that was a good answer. Like, kind of shut me up on the Tylenol thing. And then you said, well, I'm drinking some coffee. I'm like, what, you're going to drink some coffee?
It's just wild because I even looked at the time and I was like, well, just in case, But then I generally did forget about it. But when I was at work,
uh,
I was energized. I was cleaning. I pulled apart the fryers, like three fire balls, and I scrubbed those. And
uh. That's crazy. And I told you also that, like, I was depleted in energy like so bad, like whenever since COVID and the anxiety and all that stuff. And ever since I started, like, going to God, and God was convicting me on a lot of different things, and then I was making those changes, and then I was, going and trying to help as much people as I can. I do it even at work. Like, I'm always trying to glorify God as much as I can, and ever since I did that, He's filled my energy up. Like, I used to sleep. I used to have at least 8 hours sleep. I would be so tired that I didn't even want to wake up. And now I just get up and it's like 3, 4 hours sleep, and I get up and I'm energized. And I'm like, what the man? I'm like, that's that Holy Spirit energy I felt. Like, I was like, man, God is telling me that I got other things to do right now, than sleep. And even when I'm up, I glorify Him, and I eagerly seek Him, and everything like that. And in doing that, it's just like that energy level just goes from 0 to 10 like so quick. And it's like, at first I had to go to church to feel that energy, because I felt when I went to church, I would help other people. And I feel like every time I help and do something that helps people or helps someone, like, God just has that reward that just fills you with energy and love and compassion, and just like He just restores you, to the point where you're like, man, I feel this energy. I don't want to sleep right now. I just want to, like, I just like watching videos that talk about God, or talk about facts about God, or just like discoveries that that are biblical, and a lot of different stuff. It's just, I just want my knowledge in Him to grow. You know what I'm saying? So I could be able to share it with the world, So it's not just because I want to feed it to me. I want to be able to feed it to the people that are out here, like the YouTubers or the people that are lost, I want to have the right words that are coming from Him, but the discernment He's showing me in other ways, like the Bible and scripture, and just in videos that I watch. And then that's why I like sharing my videos that I watch that are encouraging to the YouTubers out here, the viewers, because I feel like it's going to help somebody. Because if it can help me, it can help them. You know what I'm saying? So anything I get and any knowledge I get, I want to share it. Like, because I'm on a spiritual journey, I want to share this journey with the world. That's why I try to say that, listen, I'm not a preacher, I'm not a minister. I want to share this spiritual journey that I'm on, so I can encourage other people to get on that spiritual journey too. You know what I'm saying? If you jump on that journey, you would definitely feel God's love and His energy, and that spiritual thing that just flows through you. And I just feel like it's part of the process if you get closer to God. But you could do a prayer and not have any heart in it. Like, I used to pray all the time and my heart was not in it. It was just like a chore. It was like, oh, let me pray to God, oh Father, and then I would have not many words after that. But now when I pray from my heart. I pray from love. I pray like love in me to go to him. I want him to feel my love for him. I want him to know that I glorify him and him only, and I want him to feel me. Like, it's not just I want him to hear me, I want him to feel me. Like, I want him to know that my heart is true for him. Like, and it's not over fear. Even though I mean, if I should be fearful. He's not a God to mess with. But I'm not, it's not from fear. It's not from being afraid. Like, I always told myself, hey man, as long as I ask God for forgiveness, I can sin all I want because, God will forgive me. And 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 that, like, and I was like, so I walked like that for so many years, and then now I'm like, no, like, he deserves the love he deserves it. Like, he deserves me to show him love and honor him. If I could love a car, or I could love items, and I could love my mom, or I could love my dad, and I could love people, I should love him way more because he's my creator. He's the one that molded me. He's the one that got me through ups and downs. He's the one that never left me. He's the one that had angels on me of protection. Even when I was walking the wrong path, he knew the end of my story. And that right there changes so many things, because to me, he knew that I was going to find them, just like Adam. When he said it, he goes, he seen somebody that said that, you're going to go through a lot of tough times, but you're going to end up coming to me. You're going to end up, he knew that Adam was going to glorify God at the end, and that no matter what he did, no matter how much he did wrong, like, he's going to find him. And 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 that's beautiful, because, and I think that's why I feel like I went through trials and tribulations. That's why I feel like I had middle child syndrome. That's why I feel that, all the lack of love that I got made me love him more, because that I know what I want, or what I've always wanted. I've always wanted that love. I've always wanted to feel accepted. I've always wanted to be appreciated, and all that stuff. So, like, that eagerness of just wanting that, and it just made my connection with him stronger, because I knew that he was the source of getting that love and that, affection and that comfort. I just kept trying to get it from other people, and it was the people were just always hurting me. So I started treating them mean because I didn't want to trust them with my heart. And the devil was just feeding me ways of anger and ways to just keep adding things to my back and just weighing me down, so where I did not go to him. But at the end of it, God knew my heart for him was going to be true. Like, and my heart for him is so completely true that there's nobody that's going to come between it. And now I know that I'm definitely going to be spiritually attacked. But once I get through these tests, God's going to take all that away. Like, there's just like, my reward is going to be him knowing my love for him is true and real, and I'm not blaming him when things go wrong. I'm going to go to him to help make things right. And that right there just changed the tide for me. It just made things click and made it like, oh, okay, now when I pray, I'm praying from my heart. It's not just words. It's, God, I love you. God, I adore you. God, you're an amazing God. Like, Kia, I love you, man. You've done so much for me. And now my prayers, when I pray, I feel like they're answered immediately. That I don't have to wait until the last very minute for the prayer to be heard, or for, because I feel like once you pass so many tests with God, like, and it's like the prayers just intensify to where now he's like, you don't gotta wait. I got you right now. Like, and then that's why I said I know that the prayers are reaching him and he's answering them. Like, whenever I was like, I didn't know how I was gonna eat, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know where I was gonna pay certain things. Like, I was so worried, and then all of a sudden, my cash app is getting hit with the money that I needed to pay these things, and then food would just show up on my groceries, like on my front doorstep, and it was all God's people that were doing it. It wasn't from a stranger. It wasn't from like it was God's people, and that's how I know it was from God because it was God's people, and the ones that are eagerly seeking Him obey. They're starting like they're obeying in His what He's asking, you know. And when God says, "Hey, help this person," you're gonna go. I need you to go help him, and they obey it, and it's only because they're eagerly seeking God too. It's like when you're eagerly seeking Him, you listen to those things that are telling you to do this in my name, and then when you do it, it's like you get filled so much more because you're obeying what God asks you to do, and the more you do that, it's I feel like the more He's like the more your relationship with Him just grows, and it's a beautiful thing, and I wish that people would like do it and if they did it like Ricky does it. I know Adam, I think pretty sure Adam does it too. Like God's just answering people, man, and it's a beautiful thing when God's answering, you know, these prayers and this and all this stuff, man.
And it's like if you don't like he first loved us, right? But if you don't love him back, or like not saying not love him back, but not to build a relationship with him, and you try to find that validation and love and trust out in the world where it's people that don't know him or don't have a relationship with him, you're gonna attract these types because everybody is he starts with that
Mm-hmm.
everything that you said. But when you start to get closer to Christ and build a relationship
Mm-hmm.
first, put him first above all else, then you're gonna attract the ones that he sends to you
Yeah.
that you need in your life that you always wanted and needed.
Mm-hmm. So
But it's all starts with him.
so Amy messaged me, oh, I can hear your whole conversation that you're having on the phone. Duh. Like you don't think I know my thing is unmute? Like I don't care. Like I don't care that it's on live. I got nothing to hide. Like, and you're not on here. Like, you're nothing you say is on live. Just what I'm saying. Does that bother you?
I'm nice to know you're still alive.
Yeah, no, I well, yeah, I've been on live. I just let it run in, and because if they want to chat with each other, they can chat with each other. You know, and if they don't, then it's fine. I'm talking to you, and I'm okay with that. Like, you know, I'll get back on. I don't work tomorrow, so you know, I'm fine. I knew that you wouldn't care because your voice is not being heard. It's my voice that's being heard, and you never know. Somebody may need to hear what I'm saying. So I don't have no shame of what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't have any shame of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you know, some people need to hear that. You know, so
Yeah.
at the end of it, you know, I got nothing to hide. So of course I know. And she said this before three, four other times when she's like, oh, you know, your thing. And I told her, I know that it's on. Like I know that, but and I don't care. And if they want to hear it, they could hear it. If they don't, then they could, you know, they could come back later when I'm ready to sit down or whatever. You know, like I'm not being rude or mean or anything. It's just not a like it's not a big deal. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I get on YouTube a lot and I'm there for them a lot. Right now I'm having problems and I'm going through something and I needed somebody to talk to and I didn't mind sharing my conversation with them at all because they just hearing what I say, not what you say, you know?
Yeah.
So
And I'm always listening here whenever you need to talk.
yeah, until you're tired.
I'm not even tired.
Yeah, you said you're going to bed at 12 o'clock. You know what time it is now?
Usually, yeah, I find out.
Yeah, but you say that and then tomorrow you're going to be like, I'm so tired. I'm just going to go to bed, Josh. Uh,
Jeez.
if you send me an invite, I'm not getting on. I'm like every time I send you an invite, it's you don't have to get on. It's your choice to get on. Get what I'm saying?
I feel led to.
And that's why I send it because I want you to have your choice. But I don't want you to think that when I send it, I'm saying get on right now. I need you to get on. No, that's your choice. Like if you want to get on, if you're tired, don't. And if you want to get on, just hit that link, and then you can get on. You know? Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't want you to feel like you ever have to, you know, or because I send it, I'm saying get on it right now, or No, I send it just in case you want to get on. You have the link to jump on.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I message you. I'm like just ahead of time, like just in case if you do, like I probably won't get on.
And I didn't even send it because you said that. And you should have not said anything. Because at the end of it, you know you would have probably got on.
I don't know.
you,
I just didn't feel like having like other people look at me. Like I felt, you know what I mean?
yeah, you just wanted.
I just get that way sometimes. Where I'm like, it's
Yeah,
not even
but
for me.
remember,
It's
you're
just like,
glorifying God. Remember, it's part of what fills you. It's part of
yeah,
what you feed off. If you're like me, you like even when you're tired and you're down, or like how you were feeling, getting on might have just uplifted you and got you off of that. But the devil's always going to tell you, "Oh, you're tired. Just go to bed. Just don't get on." Just you should always leave it open and say, if I feel like getting on, I'll get on. You know, and anything, because I don't ever want you to get on unless you want to get on. Saying like 100%. But at the end of it, I get on, and even when I'm tired, and I don't really want to get on sometimes, that's when the best lives happen. Because it's like the devil usually is pulling you off because he knows you're probably going to hit somebody he doesn't want, reach somebody that he doesn't want reached, if that makes sense.
oh yeah, you're right.
And it's like
Yeah,
that with church. Like,
I felt that earlier.
it's like
It's
that
like
with church. He does that to me in church, and then I think I don't want to go, and then I go, and it ends up to be an amazing sermon.
yeah. And I kind of felt that tonight, like when I got home, like about a little after I sent that to you, I was like, couldn't have got home. Like I don't know if it's because I'm on like the thing.
Yeah, but you got cramps and you're not feeling, So I totally understand as well. You know what I'm saying? Like if you didn't get on, I would have been fine. Like I wouldn't have been fine because of course I like you being on. You know what I'm saying? But and of course the minute you weren't on, everybody's talking. Oh, where's Amy? Oh, is that your girlfriend? And was that your wife? I'm like, oh, what the hell? What kind of questions are these, bro? Like, stop it. Like, she's you don't have to be on every day, you know what I'm saying? But I would like you on, but I wouldn't make you go on or make you feel bad for not getting on because I understand there's times that I don't want to get on YouTube too, because at the end of it, it gets exhausting. It is a lot of energy being pulled, and but he keeps refilling it. Like I pour it out and he just keeps refilling it, and that's why I go on as long as I do on YouTube is because, and you know that you're the same way. You're like, oh, I'm gonna get off for about 12 o'clock, and then 2 o'clock in the morning comes up, and then you're like, yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, well, we're gonna get off. Let's close it. And then next, you know, I'm calling you, and we're on the phone for 2, 3 hours talking, and then we don't stop. And then you're like, oh no, I'm fine. Until you have to get up in the morning, and then, but you did good this morning, even though you were hurting and stuff like that. And I'm glad that God like worked and just showed up like that quick on you to be like, I got you, girl. I got you on them cramps. I got you. And then you just, yeah, that was crazy. And then when you were like, no, I felt it. I felt like he put his hands on me and da 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 da. And I'm like, oh my God, like that's beautiful. Like, and it happened to me. Remember, I was telling you I got sick and I was like, my chest was like congested, and I was like, God, please, like, take this from me. You're the doctor that I'm calling upon. You like, I need you right now. Like, I don't want to panic. And within minutes, I felt like he took care of me, like right within minutes. And I'm like, I've never done a prayer and felt instant, you know, instantly feel like he worked on me and just took it like instantly. And I was like, what the heck? I drank some tea and stuff like that, but you know, yeah, but the whole thing happened before I even took the tea. Like my chest just felt cleared, and I was like, "What the heck?" Like, wow, God is good. God is mighty. Like, oh, and also I finally got my verification letter today.
Oh,
Yeah, and I put it in and everything, and they took the pen and everything. So, I mean, finally, and it came in. I was like, "Oh my God, thank God!" Like,
oh, that's what's up. I'm so happy for you.
yeah, finally, so I mean, thank God that worked out because I didn't think that pen was ever going to show up, to be honest, you know. And I talked to Courtney today, and Courtney, I said, Courtney, I worry about you. And she goes, well, you don't have to worry about me. I'm good. God's got me, and God's, has protected. I said, yeah, I just worry because I know that you're going to get spiritually attacked. It's like the closer you get to God, it's like the devil wants you back, and he's going to do everything he can. And she goes, Josh, you don't have to worry about that. I'm walking with God no matter what. She was like, I'm walking with him, and I'm not turning my back on God no matter what. He said, no matter what happens to me. And I was like, oh, thank God. Because I worry about that. Like, I worry if she's going to get, like, somebody's going to try to turn her away, or if the devil's going to, try to get her to turn away from God. And she was like, no, I would never do that. I love God, and nobody's ever going to come between me and God. And I was like, good.
Good. And it's one thing to know and hear that like prayer is powerful, but it's another thing to pray it and feel the power.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I pray for her a lot too, along with you. I pray with her. I want her to be guided, and want her to know that God, I want her to feel God's presence, so she knows, like, there's no question about it, God's real. And once you have that true relationship with him like that, he's just going to continue to work in your life if you're willing to like keep walking that path. But it's a hard path for a lot of people. It really is. It really is.
Is she like a doubter? Like she second guesses herself a lot?
No, not. I mean, not of lately. Not. I mean, in the beginning, she did. She was like, I just don't understand certain things, and then she started getting understanding on a lot of the things she was questioning, and then that's when her relationship with God started really growing. You know what I'm saying? Because she stopped questioning certain things, and then she started getting the answers to a lot of the questions she had about the Bible and stuff like that. So now she wants to get baptized and everything. She's like, I want to get baptized. Da da da. I was like, and so I'm proud of her for her walk and her journey with God. She's just really, she gets recluse, and that's why I worry about her, because she wasn't recluse in the beginning, and then since her accident, she's been really like, and that's why I worry about her, because she wasn't like that before. And so that's why I was like, are you going through some battles that you could tell you, if you need help, if you're struggling with something, let me know, so I could help you and I could pray for you. And she was like, no, I'm good. I'm doing good. I'm just with family, and and I go to bed earlier and stuff like that. I'm like, all right. It's just weird because she was always on the channel, and then all of a sudden she just kind of, I felt like she just disappeared. But she's like, Josh, I always watch your lives. I always rewatch them in the morning. Like, I always, I'm always on there, just not with, when you're like on the live. So I don't think.
Yeah, it sounds like yeah, she might be in like the shaping and molding and refining part
Mhm.
of her journey. Like I don't know what God's doing in her life really, but that's
Hey,
my guess.
check this out. So the live had, it looks like there was only 40 people, 48 people that showed up, but it got 43 likes. That
Okay.
that's pretty good. Like, I don't see how there was only 48 people on it, but it says 48 on the side, and it's 43 likes. I don't know how that even hit that high of likes whenever I've barely been on
Oh shoot.
it.
Well, I mean, they might have heard something because I feel like it was from my spirit. Like about 10 minutes ago when you were talking, like someone needed to hear that. Like you said something like 10, 15 minutes ago where I'm like, someone needed to hear that.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's why. That's why I said I don't have any shame in sharing my conversation that I have, especially if I'm not on there. Like, if they wanted to hear what I said, and if they didn't, they don't have to. They don't have to be in there, and if they don't want. But I was still gonna come down and still spend some time with them, and at the end of it, it's probably gonna be way too late by the time I get off. But I still got tomorrow. I'll go on live a little. I mean, not early tomorrow, but like, I'm gonna be able to go on live at least maybe 2, 3 times tomorrow because I'm not working. So I should be able to, like, still be able to reach them. And it's not like I don't need a day off from it a little bit too, but I still want to glorify God even if I'm not on it. So, and if somebody hears it and it helps them, then that's great. And if it doesn't, then I apologize. But I don't know. It's just I don't think that they would be upset. None of them would be upset about it. Usually, they're more understanding when it comes to that. I think Amy's the only one that really doesn't like. Oh, you owe it to your viewers to be. No, no, no. Like we look out for each other, and I go through times where I need help myself, and I want to talk to somebody about it, and I don't care about sharing my problems or anything like that. Like I'm not, I don't have to hide that kind of stuff. So at the end of it, but so you're feeling okay?
Yeah, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now. I feel like when I got home, and I literally felt like it was like under attack. And after I prayed, I was like, oh, I feel better. And then what? Maybe half an hour later, you called me.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you like call me when you get a chance, and I started the live right when you said that. So and I was like, well, I got to still call Sammy. And then when everybody kept asking about you, and not everybody, a lot of people were asking about you, and said, who's that girl you were on here with? Duh, duh, duh. And I was like, oh, that's right. I got to call her up and everything like that. But I did talk a little bit on there, but I was still, just kind of disgusted with the trolls for a little bit. I was like, man, the comments and how they could they could hurt somebody that's going through a lot and try to just get on live to vent their life away, and they're just gonna sit there and hurt people and don't even think of their consequences of what they're saying. Like that could hurt somebody. Like somebody could seriously hurt themselves, and it's wrong. Like don't act like that, bro. Like if I was in here joking around and like not caring about people and just laughing at people, then go ahead and say what you want to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we're here trying to glorify God. We're here to just try to uplift people. Why are you over here trying to throw shade on people? You know, I mean, there was one people trying to even say that I was a pedophile. I'm like, are you freaking serious? Like, how can you freaking even accuse somebody of that? You can look me up, dummy. I'm under my own name. Like, look me up and see if I'm freaking any of that. Like, don't sit there and say nasty things like that. All because I don't throw kids out of my channel when I'm glorifying God. If I'm glorifying God, I don't care what age you are. You can hear the word of God. Like if my channel was about roasting people or talking about bad things, then of course I would be like, no, you can't be in here. But I can't control who comes on there. But if God says I want this person to come on here and they find my channel and they need to know they're loved and that they're cared for and that God loves you, I don't care. Like I don't care what age you are, you know and for somebody to say something like that, it just really irked me. It was like, bro, you're freaking. And then I blocked them, and I guess the same. I don't know if it was the same person but they just kept coming back and trying to get back in, and then I started reporting them and asking, hey guys, let's just report this people that are doing this because it's just wrong. And all the mods said, yeah, you're right, and they started reporting them too, like they need to have some kind of consequences for acting like that. I don't get that we're under a strict regimen. If we say something wrong, as me saying on live, but yet they could come in here and say the most disgusting, vile things, and yet they can have a chance. They can still do it. Like, how is it that they can do things like that and then still be able to make other accounts and do the same thing again? And YouTube didn't do nothing to rectify that. Like, but if I was out there saying things like that to other people, then they would shut me down.
Yeah, it's all backwards. It's all just worldly stuff. But anything that's meant for harm, God will turn it into a purpose.
Yeah, yeah, but it just kind of pulled me off just a little bit, and that's why I was like, man, like like especially after dealing with the whole media crap, and then I come into that too, what I'm saying, and it just kind of made me like it just threw me off a little bit. It's not that it broke my will or broke like it made me hateful or anything. It just made me feel disgusted at them. To be honest, it just I felt this like disgusted. Because at the end of it, it's like, bro, like, like, why would you even act like that? Like, what satisfaction do you get about trolling somebody to hurt somebody? Like, are you that broken of a person where you have to do that? But I don't want to feed into that, so I don't say that. I just said, hey guys, just get rid of this person, and report him because he's saying some disgusting things. And it's a form of bullying. It's harassment when you want to sit there and say stuff like that when nobody's done anything to you.
Yeah. Just
So
gotta see it, recognize it, get rid of it, and don't even feed into it. Just keep going.
yeah, yeah. Well, all right, girl. Let me get on this live for a little bit and try to see if I could divert a little bit. I know you're probably gonna be passed out by the time I get off this live, and I want you to get some sleep. So I'm hoping you will get some sleep.
Yeah. Read a little bit. Read the rest of here and get in a good bed.
All right, girl. Well, have a good night's sleep. Guess I'll talk to you when you wake up.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye, Sammy. Oh, I fight it. I'll fight a bug without hesitation. Okay. It's okay, bro. Leave it in God's hands. Pray about it. Amen, Matt. Amen, brother. Sorry, I was talking to Sammy. I was just irked, really irked. Like I was dealing with a lot of ups and downs over here, and it just kind of put me off. So I needed to talk to Sammy, and Sammy put a lot of stuff in per- perception for me, and she's got a lot of wisdom. You know, so it really did help. I'm sorry that I was on that phone for probably a while too. She didn't know I was on live either. And I told her at the end now, like, oh, by the way, I'm on live and they could hear everything I said, and I'm okay with that. I was okay with y'all hearing what I had to say because I know that people go through what I'm going through, and sometimes you got to hear that God has got your back no matter what, and if it's not glorifying God and if it's not getting you closer to God, then you need to back away from it. Simple as that. You know, and anybody that I'm going to talk to in my life that if I was ever going to date anybody, like they would have to be evenly yoked and they have to be of God. If they're not of God and their fruits aren't of God, I'm not interested in it. I just have no interest in it. And even in a friendship, if they don't have God in their heart and they don't want God in their heart, then I'm not interested in just I'm not interested in that. Like, I mean, I want you to find God, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to hang out with somebody that is just going to divert me from God rather than get me closer to God, if that makes sense. And back in my life, I didn't really care if you was about God or it didn't like, I didn't really care. I would hang out with you and drink with you and go do. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be a guy that's just going to keep striving to get closer to God. If it doesn't help me get closer to God and it's not of God, I just, right now I want to break away from it until I'm strong enough and able enough to be around that without it affecting my road to God, and stuff like that. Then I'll get there. But right now, on my spiritual journey, you know, I want to just continually seek God. If it doesn't, people don't glorify God, then I don't really want to be a part of it for right now. And it doesn't mean I'm saying I don't ever want to be friends with somebody that doesn't love God. I'm just saying right now I'm striving to get closer to him. If that makes sense. Something. I'm gonna reset this live because at the end of it, this live was going. Well, it made 44 likes, but I'm still gonna reset it really quick and